Bonjour Watcher, this is Johnny Bagger 45 and welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia. In the last episode, I started choices appear. I was like, I don't know whether let's just do it. So we have a choice now. So I did Tuesday so that we can go back later in case there's another choices, right? So let's go here. So before this sentence, well, like from the previous conversation, Yuji really wants her to go to the hospital first, right? So meaning that, and also she also already agreed to go to the hospital. So then she say, "Oh, I don't want. We're not being waiting for long." Then we have a choice. Don't leave after all. Let's stay together. I think if we do this, the other Michiru might appear. But if how about this before you go? Maybe it's a good ending, I guess. So since I try to get a bad ending first, so I will go. Don't leave after all. Let's stay together. Yes. Don't leave after all. Let's stay together. You don't need to go to the hospital, alright? Just be with me. It will be enough. All of a sudden, I wish you highly. I didn't really expect to get so emotional about this. Honestly, my body seems to be more faster than my mind.
Yuji, 痛いよ。
Why did the music stop? I feel bad shit about this. Yeah, sorry, reflex.
ついじゃないでしょ。私はちゃんと病院に行って検査する。ユージは寮でお留守番。これはユージが決めたことじゃない。
True enough, lost my cool for a moment there. Sorry about that.
いいよ。っていうか、嬉しかった。
With one last prize, my Michiru turns to leave.
じゃあね、ユージ。またね。
And just like that, the girls disappear from the dormitory. Without her, the school felt strangely cool and quiet, like a rain dam falls in the winter. I await her return, feeling the ties with my ladies. It was just a week, only a week. The books had completely formed a pile at my bedside. Just as the tower reached 20 volumes, the principal called me to her office. Uh-oh. Something shit happened? Something wrong with Michiru?
そうね。どうかしたわね。ものすごくどうかしたわよ。
Uh-oh. I entered the office to find Chizuru unusually hostile. I sat myself on the sofa and stared her straight in the eyes. So tell me, don't sugarcoat it. Something about her illness.
彼女、自殺しかけたわ。
Again?
病
Why?
院側も検査入院の初日だから油断してたのね。
So she dead? Is she alright? Is her life in danger?
ないわ。でも
Game on?
一時的な心肺停止による酸素欠乏で脳に障害が残る可能性が高いそうよ。
What did she say? Where is Michiru right now? Let me see her. I told you it's the wrong choice.
落ち着いて。
Just tell me where she is, damn it.
松島さんはもうすぐこの学園に戻ってくるわ。ご両親ともどうするか相談をしたんだけど、引き続きここで面倒を見るということになった。
What's that supposed to mean?
そのままの意味よ。手間がかかりそうだから私たちに押し付けようってことね。今時のご両親ね。外にタクシーが見えるかしら。早く迎えに行ってあげなさい。
Damn it all. Michiru? Holy shit! That's that! She's freaking different now. I think... Welcome back. You alright? Think you can walk? Looks like you went through a lot. Must be tired. Don't worry, nothing's changed. I'm not going anywhere. Don't kill him. I'm going to leave you luggage here. Need anything? Dude, that is creepy. Will you be alright by yourself?
Yeah.
I see, I will stay with you then. From that day forward, I began to live at Michiru's side. At first, the others were shocked at the complete transformation. They tried their best to interact with their friend as usual. Unfortunately, Michiru no longer seems interested. I got a bad feeling about this shit.
お兄ちゃんとチルチル
Watching Makina, I think you're aware, but lately this girl seems to be considered any woman who gets too close to me as an enemy.
それは知ってるけど、あんまりなのよさ。チルチル、私は大丈夫だよ。味方だよ。
No, Makina, you don't understand. No, Makina, don't.
こらこらマキナ、変なところで対抗心燃やさないの。ミチルとユージの邪魔しちゃダメでしょ。
I wonder which one will die, heroine die or the Yuji will die. I'm very shitty scared pants right now.
でも邪魔って言っても何もしてないのよさ。いいからいいから、ごめんねユージ。
Well, this is not some horror fiction, horror visual novel, so not a problem. See you later.
つまんないのよさ。みちる様、こんにちは。どこかへお出かけですか？今日はご機嫌がよろしいみたいですね。いつもより声が小さめです。
Sachi, you got interpreted wrongly. Suppose so, Michiru, my friend. Why don't we go on a date today? I'll take you wherever you want to go. みちる様、嬉しそうですね。That is creepy stare that she does makes me feel pretty good myself.
みちる様が帰ってきてから、風見さんはとても優しいお顔になりました。私、それは素敵なことだと思います。
That fact is kind of strange to hear you say that, but maybe I have changed a little.
気をつけて、いってらっしゃいませ。
Well, later I think Yuji died, killed by Michiru. See? I slowly walk down the coaster ride, leading Michiru along. She suddenly gets out of the sky at my side. Quickly, she rubs her eyes with her free hand, dazzled by the light. Too bright, don't stare into the sun. Permanent brain damage, eh? Heedless of my warning, she continues to repeat the pattern.
ニャメルだ。ニャメル
Hey, you don't know Miyameru is dying. What's that? What was that?
ニャメルニャメル
Once our then said she visually has a plastic bag that was plastered across the road in a way. She has the ready piece of trash tied as if it were priceless treasure. Don't tell me Michiru is going to kill Yuji at here.
ニャメルかわいいね。ニャメル
Yup, this is indeed a wrong ending, not true ending. A wrong ending, see? Michiru is not herself anymore. She genuinely mistaken that white covered so bad for a black cat. There's a stack of cold pain in my chest, but I shake off it and first stroking to Michiru's head. Michiru closes her eye in pleasure as I ruffle her eyes. It's all I can do now, no words come.
好き
Yeah, I love you.
ニャメル好きだってニャメル
Smiling happily, Michiru continues playing with her plastic bags. We see that like for an hour or so. I want to see her interaction with Sakaki. In the end, I wasn't able to understand her in the slightest. Human beings can never really know each other's feelings, but I had hoped to find my way a little closer than this. Michiru's mind was far and deeper and darker a trench than I expected. Her stories proved unintelligible, as if written in unfamiliar cryptic characters, and the key to that cipher was lost to me now. Some part of me must have been clinging to the arrogant belief that I could save her, but in the end I couldn't do a thing, not even for a single girl. Huh? Holy shit! Did she just say something?
ニャメルかわいいねニャメル
Don't tell me she's going to kill herself. Just my imagination. Anyway, it started to get chilly out here. Let's go back, Michiru.
やだここにいるのここにいるのどこにも行かないの
Yep, she's going to happen. You're a handful, you know. Guess there's no getting around here. I will stick with you till the end. For some time then, Michiru gets out of the chair and I recall the words she spoke to me here once. there, it is like I can see all the way to the end of the earth. But here we are, so very close, and I can't even make out of it into your heart. Love you. What the freak with that small word? But when I reach out my hands, Michiru is there. There hasn't changed. That will change. Inside, I find it softer into a calmer way of life. We will go on together, just the two of us. No, the three of us, I suppose. And?
グリザイアの果実。
Well, that was fast. Okay, I don't know if there's a good ending or wrong, but
続きからよ。
yeah, let's continue where we left off, shall we? See the right eye and how about we kiss before you go? How about we kiss before you go?
恋人ごっこね。
No, just a kiss.
ただのキスか。よかろう。
The way you put it, that slightly pissed me off.
そうこれ、とある人の真似なんだけど。
Oh, who's
あ
that?
れどうしたんですか？わあ、小峰幸！なぜここに？いえ、今日は珍しく朝早く目が覚めてしまいましたので、ワックスがけでもと思いまして、校舎の廊下に白濁液をぶっかけては吹きを繰り返していたところです。そうなの。お二人こそ揃ってどうなさったんですか？
We go on dating.
それは
We're going to have a look at.
検査？
That's right, Michiru's collapsed from the anemia a little while ago, remember? As a precaution, we are taking her to the hospital for a thorough examination. Nothing to say, she will be back better than ever in no time.
あ、そうなんですね。でも確かにそれならすぐ済みそうです。
I'll let the others know later. Try not to worry too much.
はい、わかりました。心配は少しだけにしておきます。そうなのよ。心配なんてしなくていいんだからね。あとサチ、あれだ。ちょっと外に出てなさい。はい、わかりました。びっくりした。サチがいるなんて知らなかった。
Really, I saw her hovering around out of the corner of my eye.
だったら先に言いなさいよね。もしかしてそれでキスしてやろうかなんて言ったの？意地悪として。
No, that had nothing to do with it. How about it? 1-1?
もういい。だってサチとか急に出てくるし、そういう気分でもなくなっちゃった。
In that case, let's get going. I'll carry your luggage.
ありがとう。でもそれも大丈夫。自分でできるから。
Dragging her wheelchair suitcase slowly along the path, Michiru turns her head slowly, surveying the campus.
いざお別れとなると名残惜しいね。
Don't get all sentimental. You'll be back soon enough.
ユージは冷静すぎるのよ。いっつもさ。
In the end, I don't understand who the hell is his other personality. The other personality of Michiru. Alright, here we are. Watch yourself out there.
行ってくるね。その前に。
Kiss her.
そう。
What's wrong? Need to piss?
違う。あんた本当に意地悪ね。そうじゃなくて、さっき言ってた。してほしいんだけど。
You
いい
sure?
よ。
Sachi is staring at us, you know?
じー。
Holy shit!
なぜここに？なぜと聞かれれば、みちる様が外に出てなさいとおっしゃりましたので、学園の外に出て待っておりましたゆえ、としか返答できませんが、何か。
Sachi, that was creep out of me. She scared the creep out of me.
そういうことね。わかったわ。では最後にもう一度だけお願いを聞いてくれる？はい、何でしょうか？ ちょっと向こう向いてて。
はい、かしこまりました。
ほら、早くキスして。
Michiru practically collapsed her against me, and I pressed my lips firmly against her. Our hot breath mingles together. The wet sound of saliva swiping fills in the air. Yes, please. I want to finish this room as fast as possible. Good enough?
満足だ。サチ、こっち向いていいわよ。
はい、そちらを向かせていただきます。
Michiru's chest are slightly red, but Sachi gives no outward indication of curiosity or suspicion.
乳児にちょっと用があったのよ。悪いわね。で、あんたにはこれ。
部屋の鍵ですか？
そう。私がいない間に、もし暇で他に掃除をする場所がなくなったら、私の部屋を掃除してもいいわよ。
はい。ではそうさせていただきます。白濁液をぶっかけさせていただきます。
その言い方やめたら。さてと。
Michiru takes a deep breath and turns to face me once more.
ユージ、今までありがとう。
And with those words, she bows her head deeply. Cut it out, coming from me, that just feel awkward.
そうだね。
お気をつけくださいね、ミチル様。
当たり前よ。あんたもこれからもユージの面倒見てあげなさい。
はい、わかりました。それではまたお会いする日まで。
バイバイ、サチ。
Alright, see you later.
さよなら。
When she made a sad face with a small way, Michiru leaves the school, dragging her suitcase behind her.
考えすぎでしょうか。ミチル様、最後のお別れみたいなご挨拶でしたね。
Don't know about that. You're probably just overthinking things. I tried to reassure Sachi, but the fact of the matter is, I'm in agreement with her observation. Michiru last I thought, expecting never to see us again. I had to make sure it was finally dissipated in the distance. Sachi and I made our way back to the dormitory. In the reverse of those summer weeks, this time Michiru is the only one who vanished from this place. He'll be going a little dark in her absence. Guess I have to find some way to kill the time. I end up taking on the role of explaining Michiru's one week absence for the dorms to our classmates. Jizu was in an unusual cranky mood, and well, that pretty much covers it actually. Grown women can sometimes behave in astonishing childish way. Life would probably be a little easier and less aggravating if not for this aspect of female psychology, but I suppose it's often an element of cuteness as well, although in this particular case, I'm not confident that applies. That's right, it's just an observation stay, not much than a checkout really. Everyone was aware Michiru has been suffering from anemia, so the news didn't come as much at that much of a shock. As I carefully stressed that her stay was just to be on the safe side, they accepted my explanation without too much fuss. The problems came after that. Without Michiru's around, unexpected quotes began to appear in our daily lives. Like an image gradually taking form on the sheet of photo papers that changed, grew more distant with the passage of time. What's the matter, Sakaki?
いいえ、なんでもないの。
That's alright then, I'll see you later.
あ、ちょっと待って。やっぱり話を聞いて。
You really don't know how to be honest with yourself, do you?
そう？イリスさんのことなんだけど。
Makina-chan? Oh, something's up with Makina?
ちょっと言いにくいんだけど、邪魔なのよ、若干。
Well, since she has lost her partner to be insulted, she go to you, Sakaki-chan. A nuisance, elaborate.
誤解してほしくないのは悪口とかそういうことじゃなくてね。でもなんだか普段よりもずっと、なんていうのかな、ぐいぐい来る感じっていうか。
Huh, I never noticed any such thing personally. Wonder what's going on here.
あ、ユミちゃんだ。ねえねえ、ちょっと話を聞いてほしいのよさ。
Makina needs attention. That's all that matters because she is a child.
あ、また今度ね。
昨日も 言ってたのよさ。ねえねえ、なんで
用事があるのよ。だからまたね。
あれれ、おかしいな。ねえお兄ちゃん、ユミちゃんに変なことした？
Don't be an idiot. Forget her. What's with you?
どうもしてないのよさ。ユミちゃんってばちょっと最近冷たいのよ。どうしたんだろう。急にあんな感じなのよさ。
I see. That's interesting.
どこが面白いのよさ。全然面白くないでしょ。はい、罰ゲーム。
You just on yourself punishment game. I refuse.
じゃあ、はい、何かしらのゲーム。
I refuse. I'm getting the idea you just want to drag me into playing with you. Yeah, she needs attention.
まあ、そうなっちゃうよね。チルチルがいないから退屈なのよさ。
Figures, that's why she go to Sakaki instead of Chiru. Because Michiru is not here, so she go disturb other people, especially Yumi-chan. At this point, the situation finally makes sense. Normally, Makinas will be messing around with Michiru on a daily basis, but her favorite target has been absent for a few days now. Instead, Sakaki's been taking the brunt of her self-mischief. We always learn to play along with Makina's thematic games every once in a while, but a constant barrage of attention would be exhausted, and Sakaki irritation, which Makina interprets as hostility. I see, so that's how it is. That girl's been playing an important role in her own right.
どういうこと？
I'm sure you'll figure out it soon. It'll be interesting to see what others effect emerges, if any.
もうお兄ちゃん言ってることよくわかんないのよ。疲れました。
Ah, Sachi, I feel sorry for you. Oh yeah, now it's Sachi, what's wrong?
それが皆さんの頼まれ事をこなしていたら、なぜかわかりませんが普段より疲れてしまって。
All Miss Michiru.
お願いしてたお菓子は？
買ってきたよ。はい、これアメラツイスト。
シール付きのアメちゃん。お菓子はアマネーが決まった数しかくれないのよさ。それをチルチルからこっそり分けてもらってたから、チルチルがいなくてお腹空いてたのよさ。
Michiru's constantly drawing your favors, isn't she?
私だって世話してやってるからいいのよ、あれの。
Not referring to her as a thing might be a step in the right direction.
そういえばミチル様に買い物を頼まれると、その商品はどこに売っているとかいろいろ教えてくれるので、効率よく買い物ができたのですが、皆さんなぜか期間限定商品ばかりを頼むことが多いので、まず下調べが必要で、それに時間がかかり、割とぐったりなのです。
From the sound of things, Michiru's been playing middleman between the others, casually helping out and smoking a lot of minor problems over. Guess it makes sense. Sachi does so many corners at the school's mate and that he has to get stressful without little assistance. I noticed Michiru's act of kindness once or twice before, but I didn't realize that her behind-the-scenes support played this large a role in this group normal dynamic.
それではここで失礼いたします。
サチ、お疲れなのよさ。うま、あめうま。あれ？あまね、どうしたの？
さっちゃんに買い物頼んだんだけど、お願いしたやつと違うのよね。
あれま、じゃあ交換してもらう？
いや、ほら、さっちゃんってば責任感が強いでしょ。むしろ強すぎるでしょ。だから間違いとか指摘しにくいじゃない。
なるほど、確かにそれはそうなのよさ。めんどくさいやつ。
こんな時にミチルがいたら交換してもらったりできるんだけどな。
あまねもチルチルがいなくて困ってるの？
困ってるっていうか、まあ困ってるかな。
I see. Her over-the-top shenanigans tends to draw all the attentions, but the girl's surprisingly helpful with the little things.
偶然でしょそれ。だってチルチルってバカじゃん。
Well, I won't deny she's a little naive at times.
なになに、最近ユウジとミチルって仲良さそうだけど、そういうことなの？
Depends on your definitions of something.
なにそれ、気になるんだからもう。
Michiru should be back in another 2 days or so. I'm curious about the result of the examination, but I decided to refrain from contacting her beforehand. Probably better not to give the girl too much to think about right now. Hopefully she returns before these small stresses of the groups be undergoing build out into anything troublesome.
風見くん。
What? Here to fear another fight? Complain about Makina?
そうじゃなくて、これ、そういえば渡してなかったなって思って。
Oh, the pin! Target is a number of souvenir flags for vacation and half dozen to be exact. This for Michiru?
そう。できれば自分で渡したかったけど、なかなかタイミングがつかめなくて。それで、風見くんなら仲いいみたいだから、自然に渡せるかなって思って。
Understood, I will pass that on. Can I just tell her that souvenir from Sakaki?
そうね。でも、言わなくてもいいけどね。
Hey, no need to blush on me. If I hand her 6 minutes without saying a word, she'll probably just be confused.
あ、そうか。じゃあ、そうしておいて。
Alright, thank you. I expressing gratitude on Michiru's behalf. Thanks for the souvenir.
うん。そうね。
それじゃあ。
じゃあ。
Got to get things prepared for the smooth return. Since our maid is currently exhausted, maybe I should tidy Michiru's room in a place. Then again, fitting around a woman's room without permission strikes me a bit questionable. Also, to be honest, it would be pretty damn embarrassing if anyone noticed me doing it. Well, I'm sure Sachi will be doing it. Overworked as she might be, maybe I'll pick her up an energy drink. Probably to my side, I leave the door and head for the convenience store. Our routine may have been disrupted by Michiru's absence, but I have been neglecting my training. Running through a natural every morning gives you an intermediate understanding of the passing of the season. These last few days, the air rusting past me has carried a smell suggestive of the imminent end of summer. After finishing my daily marathon, I took a quick shower in my room. Michiru should be back by tomorrow, but it doesn't feel particularly real yet. Not that I would doubt she'll be returning, but this was a purely observatory stay, so the real question is what results the hospital examinations will have produced. Not surprised that I do still feel a little uneasy, I suppose. But I think after this, there will be another choices, I think. Because it's either we choose the real Michiru or the other one. Yes.
小峰幸であります。
No need for the formalities. Come in.
はい、失礼します。
Sachi enters my room, her expression slightly troubled. Do we have a situation of some sort? What's wrong? You got a gloomy look on your face.
はい、みちる様の件でご相談がありまして。
Michiru, you heard something about her?
いえ、みちる様がではなく、みちる様の部屋でのことです。
So what happened? Then, let's hear the details.
はい、詳しく話してみます。ご存知の通り、私はみちる様の部屋の掃除を任されました。
Don't tell me she leaves some letters.
そこで先ほど部屋を片付け、掃除機をかけ、最後に雑巾で床を水拭きさせていただいたのですが、最後にどうすればいいかわからない問題がありまして。
A butterfinger's style dilemmas, but has knocked something fragile over?
いえ、そのようなドジっ子的な問題ではないのです。問題というのは、箱を見つけました。
A box? Don't tell me inside the box there's a meow mail. A box?
はい、鍵のついた小さな箱でした。私はその中も整理しなくてはと開けにかかりましたが、道具もなしに開錠はできません。
Her secret's in there?
そこで電動のこぎりを用意し、みちる様の部屋でスイッチをオンにしました。ドドドドドというモーター音も心地よく、さあこれで箱も真っ二つであります。ですがその時にふと思ったのです。
You want to crush that thing with the electric saw? What the hell?
人の所有物を勝手に破壊していいものか、しかも電の子で。
I thought something serious.
落として割ってしまったとしても それは自然の摂理ですから仕方ありません。ですが、意図的に破壊していいものかと。掃除を頼まれた時にどこまで破壊していいのか確認しておけばこんなことにはならなかったのですが。
I see. Alright then. I'll take care of that box. That should be resolve your issue, right?
はい、そうしていただけるとありがたく思います。では、これがみちる様の部屋の鍵です。
Thank you.
それでは私、まだ手をつけていない作業がたくさんあるので、失礼させていただきます。
Sachi's probably bounced and leaves the rose. I draw the keys on my desk, then fall onto my bed. Naturally, I have no plans of actually doing anything about this box. Consider that it's probably something Michiru doesn't want us to see inside. No need to go out of my way to poke around. I pick out a paper bag and begin reading once more, but before I halfway through the pages, there's another knock at my door.
風見さん、
What's wrong, Sachi?
実はドアに耳を当てて室内の様子を伺わせていただいていたのですが、何やら鍵を放り投げる音とベッドに寝転がる音、そして最後に読書を開始なさるような紙の音が聞こえたのです。
That was me.
まさかとは思いますが、風見さん、別に小箱ぐらいどうでもいいかなんて思われてはいませんよね。
Oh my god. Sachi-chan. She's very... Wow.
この小峰幸との約束を軽んじてはおられませんよね。
Calm yourself. I was just about to head over.
申し訳ございません。私、風見さんを疑うような真似をしてしまって。
Not a problem. Anyway, yes, I'm planning to go. Why now?
いえ、一応みちる様の部屋に行くまでを見届けないと思いまして。
I don't want to poke, but never mind.
私、部屋の掃除を任されておりますので、最後の小箱まで面倒を見てこそ任務完了と。その作業の一部を風見さんに託した手前、万が一風見さんが別に小箱ぐらいどうでもいいかと軽んじて。
Alright. I'm not neglecting anything. You want me to go immediately, right?
ありがたき幸せです。
What's wrong? I'm going to take care of the box. You can leave now.
はい、この小峰幸、ドアのこちらで処理が完了するのをお待ちしております。
You're such a handful. Fine, I got it. Just wait till I'm done.
はい。
I entered to find the rose box clean and neatly organized, just as Sachi said. The only thing that was slightly out of place is the small box resting on Michiru's bed. It's an unassuming, simple little wooden chest, but nothing solid aesthetic. You can imagine a fighter stashing a treasure in this thing. Probably a handmade product of some local general stores. Seems fairly worn from years to use. Sachi, are you still out there?
はい。
Sachi is born yesterday. She clearly hovering just outside, waiting for me to deal with the boss. Feels like I got it roped into an explosive ordnance disposal detail. Taking the box in my hands, I began to fiddle around idly with the lock. You guys really determined to have me look inside this thing?
そうですね。何しろ掃除を任されましたので、小箱といっても軽んじるわけには。
Alright, just hold on a minute. Well then, what's the next move? I naturally a bit reluctant to open Michiru's private property without her approval. That's why I can exactly stand around here all day. I have to think of some excuse and persuade Sachi. Sachi, my friend, where did you find this?
そうですね。普通に机の上に置いてありましたよ。
I see. If she didn't hide the date, doesn't mean that she doesn't particularly mind if someone look inside. Tricky judgment call. Crap. I was just playing around with the box absentmindedly, but I say I got the things open without even realizing it. Cause my instinctive kleptomania. A mechanism this easily picked badly, but it counts as the lock. Surely you got anything you really want to protect a little more securely. Guess it hardly matters now that I have opened it. Might as well take a look. To be honest, I'm a little curious myself, and I have half convinced myself of the dubious theory that the girls actually wanted someone to look inside. But whatever my excuse, I open Michiru's box and peer inside. What's this?
風見さん、どうかしましたか？
Sorry, but be quiet for a second. There are several small notes and numbers of photographs inside. Numbers of photographs inside? The majority of the pictures seems to have been taken before I arrived at this school, mainly casual snapshots and group photos featuring Michiru's classmates. But in each and every one, Michiru's face has been cut out of her image. The rest is left intact, removing only herself from the world but preserving the others carefully. I truly examined the photographs one by one. There's a shot of Michiru sandwich with Makina and Amane. Michiru's leaning against the slide and by Sakaki. Michiru had a shoulder massage by Sachi. In every case, Michiru's face alone is precisely sniped out with scissors. At a glimpse, they all appear to have been taken in these happy moments, but that's probably exactly why she did this. Michiru must have felt that she didn't belong there. The girl must be unable to accept the presence of her false self in these happy scenes. The notebooks are filled with memos written in a small character, notes on the performance she'd been putting on in this school. There are also extensive itemized lists concerning Sakaki, Amane, Makina, and Sachi's like and dislike. Note on what's make them upset and happy, clearly accumulated through carefully trial and error. Seems pretty clear that the girls was using this as a reference for many small acts of kindness. That girl. My honest thoughts slipped out of my mouth against my will. He's an idiot. Even after these efforts, Michiru didn't exactly pull out the charade, did she? Sometimes her acts was more convincing than others, but as a whole, she was just trying way too hard. That soon the character must have been part of her plan as well, but I saw through it on the very first day. And of course, everyone else also knows that's not her true nature. Even so, she stuck with it, convinced that playing the clown was the only way she could be anything but a nuisance. I would give her an A for her effort, but seriously. Handwritten seems to be another weakness of Michiru's. Her thoughts and feelings spill out across the page in character that even the most generous observer will call it sloppy. But I'm only laughing at first. The earnest notes on her classmate and dubious strategy for forming smooth relationship eventually gives way to a diary. And the contents are largely occupied with the terror she felt towards her other self. Flipping through the pages, I jumped through the story in chronological order. Ah, diary time. No, not this one.
今日も心臓が痛い。もうとっくに慣れたと思っていたのに、この痛みは体が張り裂けそうになる。嫌なことが起こると現実から逃げたくなる。世界が怖い。でも生きていかなくちゃいけない。私のような人間が誰かの役に立てるなんて思ってないけど、迷惑だけはかけたくない。だから記憶がなくなるようなことはもう起こってほしくない。本当に怖い。私が私でなくなるのは怖い。みんなと話している時に記憶が一瞬なくなった。一瞬だと思っていたけど、それはかなり長い時間だったようだ。それでもその場は何事もなかったかのようだった。また昔みたいになるのは怖い。そうならないように薬を飲まなくちゃいけない。私は私でいなくちゃいけない。今日は学園に男の人が来た。彼は私の性格を疑っているようだ。もっとうまくやらなくてはいけない。ユージのことがよくわからない。あの人はつかめない。いつも怒っているの？嫌われなければいいんだけど。頭の良い人は苦手だ。私を見下すから。でもユージはみんなを見下しているようにも見える。ちょっと意味がわからない。記憶がなくなると嫌なことばかりだったけど、嬉しいことが起こった。海の近くで猫を見つけた。猫は黒くて小さくて肉球がプニプニで可愛かった。 餌をあげたら猫が仲良くしてくれた。嬉しかった。チーズかまぼこをあげたのが良かったのだろうか。今度はワンタンをあげてみよう。
He was really cool with that guy by Philip.
でもあまり仲良くしない方がいいのも分かってる。もし猫がいなくなったらすごく寂しくなる。どこかに行ってしまったら私はどうしたらいいかわからない。
私は
今日猫といるところをユージに見られた。恥ずかしかった。生まれて初めてキスをしたというかされた。なぜユージはそんなことをしたのだろう。意味がわからない。あの人はここに来てからずっと意味がわからない。もう彼の目を見て話せないかもしれない。ユージのバカ。ユージのバカ。
ユージバカ。
夏休みにみんなが出かけるらしい。ユージと二人になるなんて無理。どうしよう。
Until later, he become crazy behind that. Let us speak.
ユージとデートごっこした。あれは全部嘘だから失うことはない。だって最初から何もないから。またしたい。すごく。プレゼントに石をたくさんもらった。すごく嬉しかった。大切にしよう。猫に名前をつけた。ニャンメル。ニャンメルって変な名前。でも大切な名前。だけど名前なんてつけて大丈夫だろうか。どこかに逃げていったりしない？私は本当にそれが怖い。みんなが帰ってきた。嬉しいけど怖い。ユージが私だけのものじゃなくなってしまった。でも最初から私とはただのごっこだから大丈夫。みんなといると楽しいけど苦しい。心臓が痛い。変だ。困った。困ったぞ。困る。私じゃない私がいる。ねえ、これも読んでるの？あなたはどこにいるの？
Alright. Yes, we're going to continue reading this.
ニャンメルがいなくなった。やっぱり私は置いていかれてしまった。
Oh, this is the moment where the cat died.
具合が悪い。ずっと頭の中に霧がかかったみたい。もうここは私の居場所じゃないのかもしれない。お願い。私はもう無理。お願い。あなたがやって。今日はユージと一緒に眠ることができた。幸せだった。ユージに全部話した。あなたのことも話した。たくさん話した。あなたはどう思った？
Oh, this is more when she thought about the other me.
私は本当に幸せだったけど、嫌われたらどうしようって怖かったよ。
And then you got to hospital, right?
明日から入院することになった。私はもうこのままユージの思い出だけでそれで終わりでいい。私はもう消えたい。ユージとの関係が壊れたり、学園のみんなと離れたり、怖いことがもしこの先起こるとしたら耐えられない。 だから私はもう終わりにします。ね、お返事ください。あなたのこと最初は大嫌いで嫌なやつだと思っていたけど、そんなことないんでしょ。だったら少しは私のお願いを聞いてくれてもいいんじゃない。お願いです。お返事をください。はじめまして。こうして君に気持ちを伝えることになるなんて思わなかった。君の体で君の知らない間にいろいろなことをしてごめんなさい。でも悪気はなかったの。
I think this is the other Michiru.
私、君がたくさん頑張っているのを知ってる。君が辛いのも知ってる。力になってあげようとしたけど、うまくいかなくてごめんね。君の親友になりたかった。いつだってそばに寄り添っていて、困ったことがあったら助けてあげたかった。頭を撫でて、一人の夜も怖くはないってキスしてあげたかった。でもそれが逆に君を傷つけちゃったんだね。本当にごめんなさい。消えるなんて言わないで。もし消えるとしても、それは私の役目。この体は君のものでしょ。だからちゃんと検査を受けてしっかり生きてください。はじめまして。本当にお返事をくれるなんて思わなかったので、すごく驚いています。今は朝の早い時間です。これから病院に行かなくてはいけません。だからちゃんとお返事をかけるかどうか心配です。もうすぐユージが部屋まで迎えに来るはずです。
I got a question. What's the difference between the hugging and the kiss? But never mind, I think kiss should give a more reassurance that he really cares about Michiru rather than a simple physical. Yeah, I know what that feels. Right now, what Michiru needs is a psychological movement, not a physical movement.
あなたはやっぱり優しくて、頭が良くて、それで私より私に向いていると思います。私はバカだし、頭悪いから頑張ってもダメでした。もうこれ以上何かを失うのは怖いです。悲しい気持ちになると暗闇の中にすっと落ちていくような感じになります。その間、きっとあなたが私として表面に出ているのだと思います。私は暗闇の中で膝を抱えて小さくぎゅっと目をつむって丸くなっています。その暗闇が怖くなって、いよいよ我慢できなくなると光を求めて目を開けます。そうするとあなたと入れ替わってこの世界に戻ってくるというわけです。ごめんなさい。私はもう終わりにします。今度そうなった時は目を開けずにずっと暗闇の中で過ごします。
So this is what she meant. If I choose the first one, she will never go open her eyes again. So that's why she attempted the suicide in the first place.
だってそうすればきっとずっとあなたが私でいられると思うから。
But even though that other Michiru take over, it's somehow like in a comatose state or something.
ややこしくてごめんなさい。とにかく私はもうこれからはあなたにお任せします。あなたなら誰にも嫌われず何も失わずにうまく生きていけると思います。わがまま言ってごめんなさい。押し付けるみたいでごめんなさい。ユージによろしくお伝えください。愛していたとかそういうのは言わなくていいです。 ただ彼とずっと仲良くしてください。お願いします。あ、今ドアがノックされました。ユウジが来ました。
Why don't she stay away for a moment?
この学園を出て病院に行ったらもうユウジとも会えないし、みんなともお別れなんですね。そう考えると結局寂しいのには変わりないね。
Well, luckily this is not Doki Doki.
生きてるって失い続けることなんですね。とてもユウジがドアの向こうから私の名前を呼んでいます。私は彼に名前を呼ばれることが大好きでした。最後にわがままを言って何度か名前を呼んでもらおうと。それぐらいいいよね。名前を呼ばれるとドキドキするんです。本当に行かなくちゃ。さようなら。
I closed the door and put it away. At the very bottom of the boat, she stole the rocks I gave her on our first date. I told her to throw them away, but it seems she didn't listen. To anyone else, they just look like stones, but to Michiru, they must have been a treasure of sort. If it was going to turn out like this, maybe I should have given her something a little more respectable after all, but it's too late for regrets. Time doesn't wait for us to realize our mistakes. That's just how this world works. I shut the lid and pushed the box deep inside Michiru's closet. Sachi, I'm done with that box.
さすが風見さんです。それであの箱の中は何だったんですか？
The contents are right. After thinking the matters over, I offered a brief response. It was empty.
あら？なるほど。わかりました。では掃除は完了ですね。
That's right. Nice word. By the way, the place really is sparkle. Michiru will definitely be overjoyed when she gets back.
いえ、私にとっては当たり前のことですから。でも、それでみちる様が喜んでくれるなら嬉しいですね。早く明日にならないかな。
Yes. True enough. Hope tomorrow gets here quickly. Yes, I want to see Michiru's changes. Sachi tossed off down the hallways with a splint in the splat. I leaned against Michiru's door and here's a letter sign. Today! Seems that Michiru's goodbyes really was intended as final farewell. I'm terrified of losing the things I care about, so I erase myself before any more sad things can happen. I can't understand the logic. Here's my question though. What about the people you leave behind? Michiru herself was better by the girl she called her best friend. Won't her own abruptly exist leave others to suffer in the same way? Is she really selfish enough to ignore their feelings or stupid enough not to realize people care about her? I cast my eyes down to my wristwatch. The digital display precisely ticks off the time. Bustling range as it speeds away every passing second. It'll be 5 in the morning soon. I had a feeling Michiru would return about this time. I don't know what sort of condition she is right now, but for some reason I'm confident about this. Guess the training is on the whole again. Neglecting my physical maintenance to wait anxiously for a woman's return would be unthinkable just a few months ago. I've really calmed down in the world. Murmuring a little self-ridicule, I leave my room. Outside, I find Sachi wandering around the courtyard, restlessly sweeping away her dust broom. What's going on? You're up awfully early.
はい。だって今日はみちる様が帰ってくる日じゃないですか。お出迎えをしなければと思いまして、お庭もきれいにしなければと思いまして、せかせか。
I see, so that's what this is about. But why study waiting this early in the morning?
ええ、実は何時に帰ってこられるかわからなかったので、ひとまず3時からお待ちしております。
Guys that explains the rustling sound I heard outside in the middle of the night. Such is a scrupulous one to an idiot degree. I think she's be alright pretty soon. Want to head over with me?
はい。はあ、ドキドキしますね。久しぶりのみちる様です。
She's just gone for 1 week. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear you clean her room for her.
そうでしょうか。あ、でも別に喜んでもらうためにやったわけではありませんからね。
Don't worry, after I romance Michiru, I will romance you next, Sachi. Yeah, I know. Speak of the devil. The golden teeter shield shall come to the view across the road. The twin tails projecting from her head are unmistakably. That's Michiru, alright. From a distance, she doesn't look any different from when she left school, but the question, of course, is what's inside.
本当です。みちる様だ。風見さんって目がいいんですね。
Don't exaggerate. From this distance, anyone could tell at a glance. Michiru approaches slowly, dragging her luggage behind her and watching the ground. After finally reaches her, she comes to an abruptly halt.
あら、あんたたちこんな早くから何してるの？お出迎え？ご苦労なことじゃない。
お帰りなさい、みちる様。
サチ、頼んでおいた部屋の掃除はしてくれたの？
はい、それはもうきっちりとさせていただきました。風見さんにも協力していただきまして。
Uh-oh. Then Kazumi will know the box.
そう、それは感心ね。よくやったわ。褒めてあげましょう。なでなで。はいはい、ユージ。あんたもなでてあげようか。
I think I'll pass.
当たり前でしょ。なんであんたまでなでなくちゃいけないのよ。さあ、それじゃサチ、このカート持って。私疲れちゃった。部屋でゆっくり寝たいのよ。
はい、お持ちいたします。
From this conversation, eating Michiru was completely fine. It all feels too natural, too smooth, to the point that it actually a little disturbing.
それじゃあ行くわよ。ユージもご苦労さん。ジャージに着替えて走ってくれば。この時間はいつもそうしてるじゃない。体、なまっちゃうわよ。
Why I feel like she is a different person? Hold on, I got something I need to discuss with you.
私はない。さあ、サチ、行くわよ。
That's not going to work. Even if you don't, I will do. Understand?
はあ、やれやれ。ご帰宅早々やんごとないわね。どこまで石頭なんだか。わかったわ。それじゃあサチは先に部屋に荷物だけ持って行ってて。悪いけど。
Yes, this is the other Michiru.
それがこの小峰幸の役目ですから。ではお先に失礼いたします。
それで何？話があるならパパッと済ませちゃいましょう。私本当に疲れてるのよ。これは冗談じゃなくてね。
What happened at the hospital? It's not exactly a quick and easy question, but I will get right to the point. You are the other Michiru, aren't you?
はあ？何言ってんの？ちょっとわかんないんだけど。もしかしてどうかしちゃった？私がいなくて寂しくて変な妄想しちゃってたとか？
Michiru, the old Michiru does not talk like this. Spare me the games. I'm asking you a serious question, or is dodging around like that what passes for honesty in your book?
だって本当にわかんないんだもん。逆に何？どうして怒ってるの？
I'm not mad, woman.
そうかな。声が大きい。そういうのは女の子に嫌われますよ。ジェントリーにしてよ。ソフティーに。
I don't understand the girl's real intentions. What she's playing at here. Alright, I will change the question. What were the results of your medical examination?
ふむ、それなら答えてあげよう。全然何の問題もなかったわよ。だからこうして帰ってきたんでしょ？
I don't think so.
ストレスがひどいって言われたけど、現代人はみんなそんなものじゃない？だから大丈夫。もういい？
Yeah, I suppose we are. Go back to your room and get some rest.
ありがとう。それじゃあまたね、ユウジくん。
Yuji-kun, is it?
ああ、そうだ。そうそう。私からも言いたいことがあったんだった。
Yuji-kun. The old Michiru does not call me that. The old Michiru called Yuji. And what's that?
最後の挨拶はもう終わらせたでしょ。だから分かって。もう彼女は二度と起き上がってこないの。とてもとても深い闇の中に沈んだの。ね、そういうことだから、これは彼女が決めたことだから。 君にはどうにもできないのよ。これ以上この子を困らせないで。
みちる様、荷物を置いてきましたよ。
あ、わかった、ありがとう。今すぐ行くからね。ってことでユウジくん、寂しくなったら私が相手してあげるから大丈夫よ。
With a wink, the girl turns on her heel and enters the door. I left behind myself unspoken words and unexpressed emotions steering around inside of me with no outlet. Michiru once struggled to tell me how it felt to wake up and find everything wrapped up neatly without her knowledge. I think I can sort of understand now. I was concerned about Michiru's in my way, but before I had the chance to take actions, everything's been settled. A solution methodically arranged along rigid lines, like a carefully built tower of cards I'm not even allowed to touch. Well, I think the girl was right, but one thing might as well run. Have to keep up the routine. Maintain your pace, play within the established rules, swim with the currents. That's the only way to make any progress. But right now, Michiru is refusing to accept the most fundamental rules of the world. I'm going to need to take some action of some sort. But before that, I will run. Sometimes you think better when you're moving. Normally, I do change clothes, but today I set off in my school uniform. I got to regain my calm. The first I pull myself together, then I deal with the problem at hand. Yes, we have a problem here. This is not. Our classmate, welcome Michiru, returns to the dormitory happily. Even more than the all's clear from a medical reflection, they were encouraged by the dramatic improvement in the mood. The girls been moving through her normal daily routine as the usual Michiru. Nobody seemed to have caught to the fundamental change that taken place deep inside her. Whereas the true Michiru's absence stretches today, some of her friends seems to be gradually beginning to sense a subtle transformation.
ねえねえ、お兄ちゃん、ちょっと聞きたいことがあるのよさ。
Makina-chan! Go ahead, I'll answer if I can.
チルチルのことなんだけど、ちょっと変じゃない？
Oh, how do you mean?
うまく言えないんだけど、なんだか変。前から変は変だけど、違う変？よくわからないのよさ。
I see, something seems strange about her to you.
思うね。お兄ちゃんは何も感じないの
？Tricky question. Well, I don't think it's anything you need to worry about.
そんなこと言われても気になるのよ。考えすぎて頭がクラクラしてきた。みそおちがワクワクしてくる前に一休みするのよさ。
Oh, you do that. I don't have the slightest idea of what normally solar plexus might indicate. Probably just a smashing together words she picked out somewhere at random again. In any case, it's clear that Makina's starting to notice the changes in her friend. The last time I had a face-to-face conversation with Michiru was the morning I woke up from the home with Sachi. After return to the door, the girl's been beating out a quick retreat to every time it seems like we might end up alone together. To put it simply, she's blatantly avoiding me. But that's the only strengthening my determination to force her into a long talk. I need to know what the true Michiru was thinking when she decided to disappear from this world. I'm passing by Michiru's room and I hear the sound of someone calling her down inside. Bargaining right now would almost be like calling her for an interrogation. I hesitate for a moment, but the chances is just too good to pass up. I knock sharply on the door, then enter the room without waiting for a response. Michiru, we need to have a serious... What? Is you? What's your shock?
急に入ってきたら驚きます。一応お知らせしておきますが、私だって驚いたりするんですよ。
Why are you here?
それより風見さんこそどうしたんですか？みちる様の部屋に何かご用ですか？
Yeah, just a minor errand. So what are you doing here?
何ってお掃除に決まってるじゃないですか。みちる様に頼まれたんです。部屋中ピカピカですよ。あとはこの箱だけです。
With these words, Sachi produced a small sturdy box from the other end. I reflected to reach out of it as if to take it from her hands, but realized halfway through just how strange that would seem. What? How strange? My outstretched arm, losing its purpose, surrenders to gravity and leads the drops back to my side.
どうかなさいましたか？
No, not really, but are you really determined to look inside that thing?
どうしてですか？だって空っぽなんですよね。開けてお掃除するぐらいいいじゃないですか。
Empty? Yes, I guess I did say that.
はい、おっしゃいました。鍵も風見さんが開けてくださったことですし、中のお掃除を。
Unlock? What? A glance confirms that the box is indeed unsecure. I'm sure I locked it after noticing around the other days. What would it be? I instantly reach out against in reaction to the strange sight, but this time my time is bad. I bound Sachi's arm as she shifts the box in her hands, and Joe sends the small chair stumble to the floor below.
ごめんなさい。私、
No, I'm sorry, that was my fault.
よかった。壊れなくて。箱の中身。風見さんの言った通り、空っぽですね。
Yeah, that it is. Quite empty. Just as I said, there's nothing inside. It's just empty wooden box. Sachi wipes the dust from its interior with a small cooler and returns it to the closet.
さあ、これで終わりです。
Tell me, Sachi, was this box empty from the start?
最初からですよ。と言っても、さっき落とした時に初めて中を見たんですけど。
I guess the Michiru has thrown all that way. I say in that case, never mind.
では、次にマキちゃんのお部屋をお掃除するのですが。
Go ahead, don't worry about it. I'm sure Michiru won't mind me being here.
はあ、そうですね。それでは失礼しますね。
The box is empty. Where are all those diaries? I sit down on the bed, slide rolls on my shoulders. There was definitely no sports and the pages in that box. Their disappearance has to mean that the color Michiru disposed of them after her return. Honestly, guess it's about time. There's something here.
びっくりした。
That's my line. What happened to the contents of that box? Those are the sort of things you can throw away without permission, women.
待ってよ。勝手に捨てたわけじゃないよ。っていうか、君は勝手に部屋に入ってきてるけど、それはいいの？
Not really. You see, this is Michiru's room, not yours.
そっか。なるほどね。
With those when Michiru throws herself onto the bed next to me, seemingly indifferently to the concept of personal space, she settles in extreme close.
あのね、君は私を悪者にしたいみたいだけど、そんなことないのよ。
The girl peers into my face as she speaks, her expression serious. I didn't say you are to blame.
でもそういう目で見てるでしょ。結構傷ついちゃうよ、そういうの。だってさ、私だって好きでこの体にやってきたわけじゃないのよ。それは分かってる。
If you don't want to take control of this body, then why you do that? So, yes, I know that much.
君は何でも分かっててすごいね。でもね、君にも分からないことはたくさんあるんだよ。たった一人の女の子の本当の気持ちだって分かってないじゃない。そんなの何も分からないのと一緒だよ。
She has a point. What exactly happened to Michiru? I have my theories, but I don't know anything for a fact. You're right. I'm sorry. Please tell me what's going on.
急に素直に謝られても困るな。分かった。じゃあ教えてあげるわ。
With a deep sigh of resignation, Michiru resumes the conversation on a markedly different note.
病院で彼女はもう二度とここに戻ってこないと私に言ったの。私はそれに反対した。だってこの体は彼女のものだもの。でも決意は変わらなかった。
Never coming back again? Oh, come on! The hospital scene. I wait all to end. This world is just too sad. Why do people die? Why do we have to leave each other? Nobody can give me a good answer. I'm the most worthless person in this world. So why do I have to force myself to go on living like pathetic, miserable little life? It would be bad. It would be so bad if I just inferior to everyone else, but I know with the best me inside of me. It's really painful, really sad. What's the point of my existence? Nobody telling me. Why do the friends who treated me kindly all go away? Why do I have to say goodbye to the people I love? Everyone else is just turning a blind eye to the fact that it all ends. They're telling me themselves comfortably lies. That's how they get through the day. I don't want to be in a world like that. It's scary, really, really scary.
でも本当にそれでいいの？これは君の体で君の人生なんだよ。分かってる。 でもこれ以上続けていく自信がない。だからあなたにこれからの私を任せたい。あなたならうまくできるでしょう。ごめんね。私がもっと君のことをちゃんとフォローできればこんなことにはならなかったのに。あなたのせいじゃない。全部私が悪いの。私がバカでダメで生きている意味がないから。分かった。おやすみなさい。ゆっくり寝てて。もし君の気が変わったら教えて。いつでもいいから。もういいの。これで終わりにするの。あの子はもう戻ってこないつもりみたい。
I see. If that's Michiru's decision, then maybe that's the way it will have to be. But tell me, what are your thoughts on the matter?
私はあの子が今後もこの体で生きるべきだと思う。だって人生ってそういうものでしょ。自分で自分を選ぶことなんて誰だってできない。だからあの子もこの体を受け入れなくちゃ。
Then again, if Michiru never comes back, you'll be able to live freely, right? As your own person, not someone stands in, you'll be able to do what you want when you want to do it. Pretty decent deal, don't you think? Don't you want another shot at life?
それは
The girl beats a fingernail as she ponders the question probably isn't even aware she's doing it.
それはそうだけど。でもこれは私の体じゃない。
Overcoming her moments of hesitation, the girl delivers her answer in a resolute tone. In other words, you want to respect Michiru's wishes first and foremost?
そうだね。
No matter what that may mean for you or for that body?
それってどういうこと？
Just answer the question. You really believe that what Michiru wants should take precedence, correct? Alright then. I slapped my hands together smartly. Now we can get started. Most of the hearts are the kind of injuries someone else can patch up for you in the afternoon. Only the person suffering can ever really understand how deep their wounds are, which means at the end of the day, they got to be the one who figures on how to heal them. In other words, I'm not going to tell Michiru to live or come out there just because I say so. I need to know her real feelings first, and I need your cooperation to make that possible.
わかった。
When deployed to a battlefield far from their homeland, spending weeks in the field listening to bombs fall day and night, the majority of people can't stay in a normal state of mind. Some lose control over their bladders, some obsessively count the amount of bullets they have used over and over again, some start ranting and thrashing around in the middle of the night. All of those, in their ways, are probably the self-defense mechanism of human beings eager to retreat to their own minds and escape from a hellish reality. But I am familiar with a way to hold a conversation with people like that, no matter how far gone they seem. Maybe familiar isn't the right word. I have experienced it personally. It's not exactly a pleasant memory for me, but so I can't say I'm eager to have the same thing to someone else. But right now, I don't have any other choice. The most important thing is to hear what Michiru herself has to say. There's no time for hesitation. I could decide about making my preparations.
カーテンと電気スタンド。
Studying the objects I have brought back to the room with me, Michiru blinks in confusion. The curtain is a thick, opaque one I borrowed from the AV room, and the lamp is perfectly normal, although I fiddle with the right wiring to attach a makeshift modulator. That's right, we'll be using this to get a hold of Michiru.
なるほど。催眠療法か。君ってそんなところの知識も持ってたんだね。まあ、理由は聞かないけど。
Probably for the best. It's not exactly the sort of story that's going to get you dancing with joy. Cutting off this line of conversation, I retrieved a container of Ramune candy from my pocket. It's the same one I found in Michiru's room.
それは
The medicine she was taking to keep you in check. Your willpower, this medicine and little hypnosis are going to drag her out of a hidden place.
つまり私はその薬を飲んで催眠術師のパートナーに選ばれた女優の真似事をすればいいってわけね。
That's right. Once you take the medicine, all you have to do is lie down on the bed.
わかった。
Once I explain the medicine ideas, Michiru swallows the medicine off her and obliquely lies face out on the bed. It's going to be fine. Let the tension out of your shoulders and relax. Just stare at the ceilings and let your mind go blank. Putting the curtains across the window, I plunge the room into complete darkness. Then flip out the dial guided by the faint glow of fluorescent paints in the switch. And the orange shaded light flashes brightly from the bulb, then fades away just as quickly. As I move my hand to the modulator and turns it on, experimented. The first after the light colors, the second changes the speed at which it blinks, seems to be working as intended. Taking me to the spot for a race while pinning down her papers, I continue to feed her with a flashlight for a good 20 minutes. About time, I think. Normally, adjusting this sort of device involves the use of expensive electronic equipment and carefully motioning the subject brainwaves and pupillary reflexes. But I'm not out to brainwash Michiru or cure some condition. All I need to do is place a simple hypnotic suggestion in her mind. Although it requires a certain level of trust with the patient, even a makeshift device like this can serve that purpose. Huh. Exhaling deeply, I rise to my feet and look down on Michiru's. I stop flashes the light in the steady look dim. I can make out peaceful face below me. Her tension seems very peaceful. Michiru. Michiru, can you hear me? Michiru. Slowly, Michiru's lips begins to move. Why did you disappear without a word like that? I've been worried.
ごめん、ユージ。
You don't have to apologize. I'm on your side no matter what. Okay, so tell me, what do you want to do? Whatever it is, I'll make it happen, but I need to know that what you really want. Michiru, answer me. Just as I begin to lose control of my thought, I can see something change in her eyes. Somewhere deep inside her that Michiru is rising towards the surface.
もう生きていたくない。悲しいことはもういいや。死んで
What?
しまいたい。
Why did I miss? Oh. Saying that nothing more, Michiru's eyes fall shut. She goes limp on the bed, apparently unconscious. I see. In that case, that's how it will be. I have to respect your wishes after all. I gently wipe the sweat from the girl's forehead with my hand. I will kill you, Michiru. Nani?
心地よかった。とても心地よかった。すべてが平坦で感情の起伏もない。失うものもない。去る人もいない。暑くも寒くもない。ただ静かで無限に闇が広がっている。何の変化も起こらない。私もう終わったんだ。そう決めてからは闇が怖くなくなった。何も感じないこの空間と私は友達だ。だから怖くない。ここにいればあらゆる恐怖から守られている。闇は私に膝枕をする。私の肩を抱く。私に密着し、そこから溶解し、どこからが私で、そうでないのかが曖昧になっていく。これでいいんだ。
Someone is trying to open the door, but I already decided I never coming out of here again. Sorry, someone just disturbed me. It's pointless. They should just give up. I'm finished. Michiru! I can hear a voice that brings back a lot of memories, a voice I will never hear again. Can you hear me, Michiru? How is this voice reaching me here, so deep in the dark? I'm sure I locked the door firmly behind me, but somehow it's slipping in through the cracks, trying to reach my heart. I wish he cut it out. I already decided to end the pain. I already decided I don't want to be sad anymore. And yet I understand. Did I choose to reply, or was that her? I've been worried.
ごめん。ユージ。
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Those are definitely my words, my feelings, once I left unspoken. What do you want to do? He asking me what I want. Whatever it is, I will make it happen. There's only one answer. Need to know what you really want. I don't want to lose anything else. I don't want to lose anyone else. Michiru answered me. But that's impossible, so I want to die.
もう生きていたくない。悲しいことはもう嫌。
But even more than that, I don't want to be separate from Yuji. I can see his face above me, very, very close. I never see him aim like this again. I will never be able to touch him again. But there's nothing I can do about it. That now, as my conscience fades slowly away, I hear him speak to me. I'll kill you, Michiru. I see being killed by a person I love, huh? Yeah, that might be just the happiest possible ending. Once the guy signaled through the deep darkness, and as I settled into my home at the bottom of the sea, I hesitantly wondered what will happen next. I'm pretty much there already. What's going to change if Yuji kills me? Will even this small flicker of conscience disappear into nothing? Or maybe I will just fall a little deeper into an even darker and more silent world. I can't even imagine what was afterlife might be. I'd be lying if I said I was scared and lonely. Of course, but what else can I do? That girl's better than me. She always be me. So this is the way it has to be. Is this the end already? So bright. Something's happened, but I can't tell what. Once again, I got forcibly dragged out of the darkness. A brilliant light pierces deeply through my eyelids, bringing with it sharp jolt pain. The Yuji came in, that might be explaining the sudden dramatic change, but maybe this is the afterlife. I don't know about that, so my eyes really hurt. Is there everything peacefully after you die, or maybe he's still... It is not nobody people carry alongside something. I can feel the vibration of wheels turning over the floor. So, it's not a car, not even an engine. This is something much more primitive. That's right, it's just like the tires that carted me through the hospital with something. This feels a lot stuffier. Wonder why this car is also different. Okay, what is this? What's going on? Is this hospital? I decided never could come back to this world again, but for some reason I'm still alive. And yeah, I can't open my eyes. Not because it's too bright or anything. I literally can't get my eyes lit to budge. A moment later, I realized there's an even larger problem. It's not just my eyes. I can't move my arms or legs either. I can't even speak. This is probably a little hard to believe, but I can hear Yuji speaking. I definitely realized this is in the afterlife. It happened very suddenly. And from the mumbling sound of his voice, I can tell that I'm already inside some kind of a box. Michiru's dead. I told you guys she was suffering from anemia, but that was a lie. Her hospitalization was for a much more serious disease. The exam results really did look favorable, but last night her condition took an abrupt turn for the worse. It's a real shame, but there's nothing they could do. I died? I mean, yeah, that was the plan. I was going to die and let the other me take over, but something's wrong here. I'm lying inside a box being treated like someone who really dead. A box with a dead person inside. Guess I'm lying in a coffin then. Does that mean that there's a glass window up at the top? I hope not. I don't want to know what my face looks like right now. Really makes regret now spend a little more time taking care of my skin.
そんなの嘘でしょ？だってあんなに元気にしてたじゃない。
It's the truth. Normally this wouldn't have been this close to you guys either, but I want to give you the chance to get some closure. When the voice is thick with tears, the news of my death seems to have shocked her pretty bad.
風見さん、
Yes, Sachi?
私たちにも内密に とはどういうことでしょうか。理解しにくいのですが。
I think you all have some ideas what I'm talking about. Every one of us is here for a private reason, involving messy, complicated circumstances. Given that, it shouldn't be that surprising for the death to be handled as quickly as quietly as possible. It should be surprised that for death to be handled as quietly as
な
possible.
るほど。そうかもしれませんね。
Sachi's voice is trembling too. Why is this happening? Why is Yuji doing this?
チルチルが死んじゃったなんて嘘なのよさ。お兄ちゃんは面白くない冗談を言っているのよ。やめなさいマキナ。だってこんなの嘘なのよ。信じられないのよ。
Oh, I understand now why Yuji tries to say. They want to convince their friends I really care for her. That's why she cannot die. Yes, Yuji tried to convince Michiru to get up.
私だって意味わかんないわよ。急にそんなこと。
Everyone's getting upset. This is what I wanted to happen. Yes, that's right, Michiru. Get up now. Get up. I vanished. The other me takes over, and everyone's live happily ever after. That's what I imagine.
やだよ。チルチル。マキナ、やめなさい。そんなことしたって仕方ないでしょ。だってこんなのずるいのよ。勝手になんておかしいのよ。私だって納得できないわよ。でも騒いでも意味なんてない。あまねごめんね、大きな声出して。でも
I'm gonna grab hold of Makina so she's able to trash it out, alright? Even when I consciously try to move, I can't but forget to reach a finger. I can't even blink. I wonder what's happened to my body. I didn't want to make anyone cry, but I didn't want to hurt anyone, but now Makina's brawling.
松島さん。
Yumiko doesn't sound like she's been crying. That's good. It'll be too much to take if they all started weeping over me. I can see my classmate face. I went off from their walls, all by myself inside this box. I can only guess from their voice what occurring around me. I always thought that I was alone, but I guess I didn't know what real solitude was until now. I can't speak. I can't see their faces. I can't move a muscle. Maybe I was that cut off from the world after all. My voice was weak and my jokes were crappy. At least I had friends who laughed with me. I'm going to take Michiru's body for cremation immediately after this. Anyone who has something to say to her, write a letter and put it inside. I'm sure she will read them in heaven. It seems like Yuji really does plan to kill me. In that case, before the end, I want to talk to him again. I want to say one face one more time before I go. But I can't make that request now. I can't even tilt my head slightly. No matter how I try, my body just won't listen. It's like every muscle and nerve in my body has gone on strike at once. I can't do anything but lie still on my back. I don't know if it's related, but my thoughts are moving very sluggish as well. It's a thought as someone spins a web network of thick spider webs inside my mind. Even every thought has to slowly push its way through those clinging strands.
まだ信じられない。っていうか、ずっと信じたくない。
Aren't you going to write anything, Sakaki?
私は書かない。
Why? You don't have anything to tell her?
だって現実感がない。昨日まで一緒に話してたのに、急にそんなこと言われても私困る。何を書いていいのかわからないし。
I see. Still, that doesn't change the fact that this is your last chance. Don't leave yourself any regrets.
わかってる。でもいい。
Well, that's your decision to make. I won't say anymore.
かけた。中に入れるのよ。
Makina reaches inside the box and places her letter next to my face, then reaches over to stroke my cheek. Her hands so small. I never expected such a tender gesture from Makina, who's always been like a rambunctious little sister. It kind of startles me.
私も書いた。
Down on his voice, I heard the side of the box creaking inside as she leaves a letter next to me. Was the chest leaning against the edge of the coffin? Kind of wish I'd been a little more like that in that department.
私うまく書けなかったです。みちる様との最後と言われても全然そんな気がしないんです。また帰ってくるような気がして。気持ちはわかるけど、だから少し短いですが。
For a moment, I catch a whiff of Sachi's scent. You sure you're alright with this, Sakaki? Understood. Alright then, this is goodbye. And with that, I die. Village shouted out as I got always somewhere probably the crematorium. If Yuji was telling the truth, there's not going to be a pile of ashes in a little while. That's kind of a shame. I won't get to read the letters everyone went out of their way to write for me. And I really didn't want to see their face before the end. I wanted to see Yuji's face. When I was the one saying goodbye, I was able to prepare myself emotionally, but now there's shoes on the other foot, and I kind of at a loss. And then there's that girl. I feel bad about doing this to her. I feel just giving her my body. I wonder what she's doing right now. Yumiko-chan.
榊さん？死んだら嫌だよ。ねえ、行かないで。嘘だって言って。ねえ。
Among them all, Sakaki is the most emotional one. Yumiko seems to have grabbed all of the box and begun to shake fiercely. I can hear her nails stretching against the wooden lids. Don't interfere, Sakaki, get off.
風見くんは変よ。なんでそんな顔していられるの？松島さん、嘘でしょ？どうして急に嘘だって言ってよ。
What's wrong with you, Kazami? How can you be so calm?
榊さん、落ち着いてください。風見さん、榊さんは私が。
Appreciate it.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。だって松島さん。大丈夫ですよ。みんな同じ気持ちですから。大丈夫です。大丈夫じゃない。大丈夫なことなんて何もない。なんでみんな言ってしまうの？
I have never heard Yumiko's this upset before, but even more surprising to learn that she has fears so similar to my own. The rumbles of the wheels takes on a different tenor. We have left the building. Let me tell you something, Michiru. That isn't the end. First of all, the papers you have left behind have to try and say goodbye. The idea that you can just vanish into thin air is a lot of self-centered crap. I understand that you want to be super, but before you die, I expect you to go through a proper procedure. You can't write your life up neatly all by yourself. That's naive, irresponsible thinking. I guess you're aware that I'm conscious, but no matter how hard I try to move my mind, I can't answer him. Oh yeah, they go to that place, right? The place that where she wants to die. It seems to be growing gradually more difficult to breathe. Am I going to suffocate inside this box before I get burned to death? But thought flows ideally through my head like a soap bubbles. What if Eugene has a license? A moment later, it pops and vanishes. Then I found myself in this box. I've been thinking about a whole lot of really pointless things. Things I wouldn't even have thought about before feeling my head go free. This must be what it's like to be paralyzed. My body is asleep, but my mind's awakened. I'm immobile as if bound hand and foot, although there is no rope wrapped around me. Favorite place. My body jerks up inside the cramped coffin, helpless and resists the shock of transport. Maybe this is what it feels like to be chocolate sitting in a box of candy. You were always talking about it, weren't you? Now it's your official place of death. All that's about the crimination was a lie. This was the plan from the start. Incidentally, your body can't move because of hypnotic suggestion I gave you. Not to worry though, it won't last much longer. Now the thoughts echo through the coffin, the sound outside will grow fainter. I don't really have any regrets, but I wish I could have seen Gigi's face at the end. And I wish I knew what my face looked like when he saw me for the last time. It says, "World shed for have yourself a nice in there. Yeah, Michiru. Goodbye. What? My body can't move. I can't speak. I can't see a thing. The inside of my head throbs painfully. Did I get bumped against the boss at some point over here? An unexpected wave of powerful exhaustion rolls out with me. I can't even think about whether to resist before I drag down into sleep. So I think. I mean, the darkness is just as thick whether my eyes are open or shut. I don't have any way to track the passage of time. Did I sleep for a while? Maybe I just close my eyes for a moment. There's no way I can tell it in here. I can hear the sound of my own breathing from multiple angles at once, the echoing of the walls of the box. I make up my mind and try to speak. I make up my mind to try and speak. My voice works. Does that mean my body can move as well? As I experiment, I try to lift my arm. It was a small movement, but my elbow bangs against the wooden wall right away. I can't move, but it looks like I'm going to have to do so pretty carefully. Alone inside my box, I don't have myself carefully. What's the point of that now? All I need to do is to lie still. Anyway, I mean, I'm just going to die in here no matter what I do. I call his name, but the sound only makes it a few inches from my face before striking solid wood and rebounding back. In this terrified craft of space, the four walls themselves seem almost like living things, consciously observing me. My band clings to my forehead, damp with sweat. I have reached up to fix them, banging my elbow against the wall once again. After carefully twisting my body around, I finally managed to brush the hair back into place, but nobody can see it, not even me. So why did I even bother? My back sticky with perspiration. It clammy and gross, really uncomfortable. As my dull nerves slowly loose themselves, I begin to notice a number of dark edges spread across my back. But it's not just pain that started to tug on my sense. There's also hunger. I said it in my mouth and the words. I'm starving to no one in particular. Maybe I will die of hunger before my oxygen runs out. I wonder just how painful death by starvation is comparatively. I think I saw some Texas list about the most painful way to commit suicide somewhere. But right now I can't even remember the details. Too bad Yuji isn't here. I'm sure you'll give me a truthfully rundown. Probably a little too truthfully. The sweat trickling down my forehead is started to get into my eyes. It stings. When I lick my lips, it leaves a salty taste on my tongue. What am I doing in here again? My thoughts are all tangled out like an old-fashioned telephone cord. I'm thirsty, of course. I don't have any drinking water. I try forcing myself to swallow some saliva, but it doesn't do too much good. Started by the sudden ringing sounds, I end up smacking my arms against the side wall. I can feel my heart pounding furiously away.
どこ携帯
The vibration seems to be coming from everywhere and nowhere. The air resonates with shrill electronic creeping. After hunting clumsily around for some time, I finally discover a cell phone ringing right next to my ear.
もしもし
Sounds like you're still alive. The instant I hear his voice, I feel tears running down my face. What is this emotion? It's not really exactly. I can't quite pin it down.
ユージ
This is your final choice. That phone can only be used to contact me. Just press 1 on the speed dial. You won't be able to get through to anyone else, and the other functions are disabled as well. You won't even display the time. If you desire that you want to live, call me. That's all.
You.
Even though I forced myself into a painful contorted position to answer the phone, he already hung up on me. Didn't listen to what I had to say. I mean, that's just the way the guy is, yeah. But still, even at times like this, the thoughts make me smile a little. But at the least I got to hear Yuji's voice there. Maybe it's better this way. I hugged the phone, closed the thought, cleared the precious treasure, then closed my eyes. Yes, I fell asleep again. I instantly flipped open the phone in my hand. Just like Yuji said, the time is a display. I can't even guess how long I was sleeping. I got so used to the darkness by now that the phone LCD display seems blindly bright. When I turned my face to the side to escape the deadly light, I noticed the letter everyone's wrote lying next to me.
そっかこれで照らせば読める
The With a bad character for elimination, I can make out characteristic clearly enough. I scroll my windows around for some time to get into position, then open the first envelope and take out the letter inside.
これはマキナからか。
チルチルへ。なぜ私に黙って死んだりしてしまったんですか？これは本当に困るので、もう今度からは絶対やめてください。チルチルとしたかった遊びがまだたくさんあったのに。
かわいいマキナちゃん。
すごく面白いのに、それを知らずに死んでしまうなんてもったいないです。内緒にしてたけど、チルチルと一緒に見たかった景色だってあります。すごく綺麗なのに、それを知らないままなんてダメです。まだたくさんのことが残っている。この場所を置いていってしまうなんて、それはいけないことです。今までありがとう。でもやっぱりこんなのはおかしい。マキナ。
The letter itself is a little weird. You can definitely tell she was flustered and who she wrote it. The next envelope I pulled from the little pile is Amane's.
ミチルへ。こうしてミチルにお手紙を書くのも最初で最後になるんですね。まだ気持ちの整理はつかないけれど、心残りになると嫌なので書きます。ミチルがツンデレじゃないってことは分かっていました。だから、いつも無理していないか心配していました。大丈夫かなって思ってました。ミチルは自分よりも他人を第一に考えるようなところがあったよね。気づいていないと思ってるだろうけど、ちゃんとみんな分かってたよ。今はもう無理はしていませんか？天国に行ったミチルが無理をせずに、自分のしたい通り、自由な姿でいられればいいなって思っています。私は、今のこの状況を受け入れることが難しいです。以前、入院でミチルがここからいなくなった時、リョウは寂しい雰囲気になりました。私も普通でいようとしたけれど、心にぽっかりと穴が開いたようで、この穴を塞ぐのに、どれぐらいの時間がかかるのかわからないけど、ずっとこのままなのかも。ミチルのことは絶対に忘れません。ご苦労様でした。ミチルはみんなの大事な友達であり。
From the eldest, Amane swore.
私にとってもかけがえのない存在です。今までもそうだったし、それはこれからもずっと変わりません。こんなことは恥ずかしくて面と向かって言えなかったけど、ちゃんとミチルのことを大切に思っていました。安らかに眠ってください、あまね。
Oh, jeez. After all the efforts I put into my students, they saw through me, huh? It's kind of awkward reading these letters. Everyone sounds so different. They're raw words coming from deep inside. Feelings that normally would have stayed hidden forever, scroll out nakedly across the page. I didn't expect them to write so bluntly, but I guess when it's your last chance, there's really no reason to hold back. There's only one letter left now. Sachi.
ミチル様へ。私はミチル様とまた会えると思っています。だから別れの言葉は書きません。ミチル様のことを私は待っています。榊さんも待っています。あまねさんもマキちゃんも待っています。
Kazami-kun?
もちろん風見さんだってそのはずです。
Oh, I forgot.
みんながミチル様のことを待っているんです。
Wow, Sachi.
ではまたお会いする日まで。
Damn.
サチ。
As if I read it simple, so I remember Yumiko's breaking down in tears. Seems completely out of character for her to get it outside. I always felt like she was keeping her distance from me, but so why did she cry like
あ
that?
れ、震えてる。
I realized that my hair is beginning to quake slightly. Even though I'm not exactly cold, my teeth are starting to chatter and I can't make them stop. That was that carefully worded or anything. None of the words, they scratched them down. It just feels short minutes, but for some reason, the one of their words make me feel like my heart's being squeezed in my chest. I won't be able to love you there ever again, or exchange hellos in the mornings, or even have one of our stupid conversations. It all felt so normal before, but now it's gone forever. It's almost like I've only just realized that. The more I think about it, the harder it is to control my trembling hands. At first, it was a little more than mild fidgeting, but right now I'm shaking so hard, almost like a convulsion. My own body feels strange and alien to me. Powerless, it stopped to trembling. I just observe it dumbly. Even after a few minutes, there's no sign of shivering moments are likely to start anytime soon. I decided to try thinking about something else.
ユージ。
I wonder where Yuji is right now. Maybe what he's thinking about. He called me on the phone, so maybe he wants to see me again. Maybe he wants to talk to me again. I want to see him. I really do, but
私は。
watashi wa?
私は。
In that instant, the light or LCD vanished as the cell phone abruptly shuts itself off.
待って。
I pressed the on button over and over, but the screen only lights up a few seconds at a time before turning again. And after a while, even I saw the phone goes entirely dead.
もうユージに連絡取れなくなっちゃった。
The one thin thread of salvation dangling out from my eyes has just been completely severed right before my eyes. No more battery on your phone and dangled down from above had just been completely severed right before my eyes. Now really I'm all alone deep inside, into the dark, heavy earth. All of a sudden my fuzzy thoughts snapped into sharp-edged focus. I've been floating along as if in a dream, but this all feels terribly real now. A distinct, vivid terror of death overwhelms me. I don't want to die.
暗くて怖い。狭くて一人で怖い。怖い。いや、怖いよ。嫌だよ。ユージ。ユージ。
My hysterical voice echoes wetly, pointlessly around the coffin. Some part of me didn't really understand what dying meant. But after the day, months later, and losing my only way to contact Yuji, it's suddenly all too real, all too clear, all too terrifying. The fear grabbed hold of my ankles and won't let go. I can't get out of here. I really can't. I never see the light again. I feel like I want to go crazy. Well, Yuji goes somewhere, taking their friends. Coming there, please. I feel around the interior of the walls with clumsy panic hands, searching for some sort of exit, but of course, when such a thing, there are places in the list where the materials feel slightly different, but nothing happened when I strike them. In the first place, I can't position myself properly in this crappy little box. The only factor is one of the best movie every moment. I can feel the rough pain of torn skin and hot trickle of blue blood oozing out of my wound.
どうしたの？
Wow! Hi. You don't want to die, huh, Michiru?
君はもうこの世界を終わらせたいって言ってたじゃない。それなのにどうして今になって怖がっているの？もうここまで来たら後悔しても遅いんじゃない？
A face exactly like my own floats in the darkness before my eyes. Am I just hallucinating, or has the other me somehow taken on form?
取り乱しても仕方ないじゃない。慌てても意味ないよ。だけど、だって私このままだと死んじゃう。そうね。それが目的だったんでしょ？最初はあなたが消えて私が代わりに生きるはずだった。でもそれがうまくいかないと分かった時、あなたは本心を彼に伝えた。逃げたい、死んでしまいたいって。だけど間違ってる気がしてきて、このまま勝手に死ぬなんていけない気がしてきたの。それがわがままだって分かってる。もうお願い、ここから私を出して。ごめんなさい。そうしたいけど今の私は何もすることができない。私はただ君と一緒にいるだけ。行動するのは君。そうだよね。私がやらなきゃいけないんだよね。
The other maid stares into my eyes, her face steadily and calm, not even blinking.
君は本当に誰からも愛されていなかった。君は本当に誰からも必要とされていなかった。よく考えて。私は生きていたかったのに、不意にそれが終わってしまった。君はこんなに周りから愛されているのに、なぜ命を粗末にするの？ずっと失い続けてきたから。これからもそうなるのが怖くて。君をどうにかできるのは君だけだから。それが無理ならこのままずっと暗い闇の中にいなさい。私だって心残りぐらいある。でも我慢してる。そうするしかないと思ってる。誰かに期待されたいのなら、誰かに消えてほしくないと思うのなら、まず君が自分自身を期待しなさい。そして自分を大切にしなさい。誰かのためじゃなくて自分のために生きなさい。
See? She inside a box, a coffin. Live for my own sake? I never even try. Live for my own sake. I'm always working for someone else's sake and always failing, always falling short of their expectations. Always a defective human being. In an instant, the phone begins to ring. Even though the message was definitely there, the strange electronic wave bounced around inside the box. I got around and grabbed hold of it. The scream of the incoming died. I stayed up, but the sound of the call continued as loudly as before. And I mashed my thumbs in the generators of the answers, but the ringing stops. I suddenly brings the phones to my ears.
もしもし。もしもし。
What?
どうして一人だなんて思う？ちゃんとあなたのこと友達だって思って大切にしてる人がいるよ。それなのにどうして一人でどこかに行こうとするの？あなたは置いていかれるのがどんなに辛いか分かってないんだ。だから勝手にどこかに行こうとしちゃうんだ。失うことは当たり前だよ。誰かに嫌われることだって特別なことじゃない。私あなたのこと大好きだよ。だからどこにも行かないで。もしあなたが自分のことを不幸せだと思うなら、これから幸せになろう。ここに戻ってきて、これからまた一緒に生きよう。
From now on, I haven't really thought about that so much lately. All this time, I've been focused on noticing the pain for the festering, miserable wounds the past left me. Even when I met someone new, I find myself thinking about what happened before, beating my lip when they were looking what's the point, it'll be over someday.
幸せになっていいのかな。
I timidly try to stretch out my hand. The door leading to the future is heavy and cold to the touch.
私はどうしたいんだろう。
I want you, G.
私はユージに会いたい。みんなともう一度お話ししたい。それはいつか終わってしまうことだとしても、その場にみんなといたいよ。私だって幸せになりたいよ。
I strain forcefully against the door and it opens before me. The voice takes my breath away. Even after all this time, I never mistaken that voice. It's my friend, the girl who went to the other side.
迎えに来てくれたんでしょ？一緒に行こうってことだよね。友達だから一緒にいようってことだよね。
Nani?
みちる、 好きだよ。ありがとう。ずっと一緒にいようね。
The voice draw near, accompanied by something that seems to be form of dark, out of pitch black mist. I draw back a step in fear. Yes, it is dark.
どうして逃げるの？私たち親友だって約束したじゃない。それとも私のこと嫌いになっちゃった？
嫌いじゃないよ。大好きだよ。
だったらこれからずっと一緒に過ごそうね。一緒にいよう。手出して。
A violet bounce of smoke coils itself tightly around my arm. It sharply cold against my skin like fog rising from dry eyes.
これからずっと一緒にいられるね。誰にも邪魔されないね。本当に幸せだよ。
ごめんね。
ごめんってどういうこと？私のこと嫌いになったの？
違う。大好きだよ。今でも大好き。一番大好きなお友達だもん。
だったらどうしてそんなこと言うの？教えて。
それはね。それは
過去の人？
あなたはもう死んでしまってこの世界にはいない人だからだよ。だからあなたと一緒にいることはできない。私は前を向いて生きなきゃいけない。いつまでも後ろを向いているわけにはいかない。
私を忘れるっていうの？
忘れない。絶対に忘れない。でも嫌なことがあった時にあなたのことを思い出して、あなたがいないからダメなんだって、そういう逃げ道にしたくないの。あなたのことは絶対に忘れない。でもこれ以上一緒にはいられない。
わからないよ。私にはわからない。どうして一緒にいられないのかわからない。ねえ、みんながミチルを叩いたり悪口を言ったりバカにしたり、そんな世界よりも私と一緒に何の悩みもない世界にずっと一緒にいよう。
Wait for a moment, it rose through my mind like a squall. For a moment, I feel as if the surge of emotion would carry me anyway, but somehow I brace my legs and hold steady. I seem to have picked up a phone at some point. No, I was holding this all along. The battery is there, and it can't connect me to anyone. But right now, it's the only thing tying me to the other world.
ごめんね。私行く。未来に。
Mirai. My hand finds the knob of an invisible door.
あなたはこの世界との決別を選んだ。でも私もそうしようとしてたけど、やっぱり違うって思った。私には一緒に笑ってくれる友達がいる。一緒に泣いてくれる友達がいる。私を待っていてくれる人がいる。私を愛してくれる人もいる。私が愛してる人がいる。
And that's why I can't follow you on the road you chose.
ずるいよ。先に行っちゃうなんてずるい。
ごめんね。でもね、私もあなたのことが大好きだよ。でも一緒に死ぬことは友情じゃない。それは友達の証なんかじゃない。本当の友情は今一緒に生きている友達を大切にすることだと思う。今一緒にいる友達のために泣けること、今いる友達と笑えること、それが友情だと思う。そしてあなたは大切な思い出として心の中にしまっておく。さようなら。
So I try to leave, but the knot doesn't want to turn. It's so stubborn, it feels like it feels in place. Even so, I keep alright on twisting at all the strength I can master. But that's not good either, as I start simply hitting the door as I can. More blood spill on my hands with every strike. But I keep right on going without so much as a flinch.
でも現実は怖いよ。誰もあなたと最後まで一緒にいてはくれないよ。
でもやっぱり私あの世界とあの人たちが好きだから。
Somehow I managed to force open the lid of my prison. In the next instant, a mixture of shockingly cold air and damp earth streams down into the box. It's as if my body is being pressed down under the palms of a giant. I can't move. Nani? What just happened? I spit out the dust that fall into my mind, trying to open my eyes. I never seen the sky from under the ground before. Makes me feel like the city of some bizarre plan. I want to keep down a whole lungful of fresh air, but I can't manage that either. The hole I was spreading in doesn't seem to be as deep as I thought, but hunger and exhaustion led me to wait to push my way free.
みんなと会いたい。ユージと会いたい。
Somehow I managed to speak. I struggled to crawl out through the heavy wet soil, but no matter how much I strain myself, I can't move.
行きたいよ。死にたくないよ。
Rightly like an inside desperately trying to get at least my face above ground, but my endurance has already run out. Drowsiness, hunger and loneliness push murderously down to me.
ユージ。ユージ。
This really is it for me. I'm going to end here drowned in mud. I couldn't manage to kill myself when I wanted to, and now I'm going to die when I want to live. Seriously, what an idiot. See, told you I was stupid. But if I have to die, I want to die touching the world. I pushed my finger up through the dirt with the last ounce of my strength. From a neutral point of view, it must be look like the feeble stirrings of some funny little sprout, one that picked an odd item of year to surface. Deep in the soil, I slowly, weakly extended my finger up towards the sky. I touched the outside air for the first time in who knows how long. It is startling, wonderfully cool. Only a few centimeters of my finger is in contact with the world, but it's enough to tell me that I'm alive. Soft white raindrops wet my fingertips. I already cried myself dry. So maybe the sky shedded tears in my place.
もう。
My eyelids falls like a melting wax running down a candle, falling shut so heavily that it feels like they'll never ever open back again. I begin to slowly, peacefully disappear. Huh, that was quick. It's only been 11 hours since I buried you. After all that pig-headed whining about wanting to die, this is all you got? No guts, women. Ha ha! I pulled her out of herself. She got somewhat surprised the expression on her face. Understandable, I suppose.
ユージ。なんでここにいるの？夢？
This isn't a dream. It's reality. How are you feeling? Come to your senses yet?
どうして？どういうこと？
Even if I try to explain the whole thing, I doubt the girl will understand right now. I decided to keep it simple. I wish it would turn out like this. That's why I did what I did. I knew all along that you didn't really want to disappear or die. So I sat here waiting for you to break out of that shell. I was just your assistant on this one, here to lend a hand in the most literal sense. I strongly squeezed Michiru's trembling hand. I was waiting here the whole time. I was planning to keep on waiting as long as it took for you to come off of that box.
でも、もし出てこなかったら。
Who knows? I hadn't thought about it, but I couldn't exactly wander off. In that, if that ventilation steel I quietly installed for you had got a clock with bugs or something, you have suffocated in less than 30 minutes. There was no plan B. Kind of a half-assed strategy granted, but it seems to have worked out.
11時間って言ってたけど、ずっと待ってたの。
That's right. That's right.
ご飯は
I locked you up inside a box and stuck you in a hole. You expect me to complain about my stomach grumbling? Anyway, half a day is nothing to worry about. Barely worse than getting stood up for a date. Anyway, that's enough pointless back talk. Let's get going.
ちょっと待って。私、今、生きてるんだよね。
That's right.
もう一度、ユージとお話できるんだよね。
That's right. Michiru's eyes had resembled dull, cloudy marbles for so long that I almost forgot they could sparkle like this.
ありがとう。ユージ、ありがとう。
Yeah, yeah, save it for later.
今言わせて。私、ごっこじゃなくて、ユージと恋人になりたい。
Well, this is all very sudden. Can't say I ever had a woman covered head to toe in mud confess her love to me before. A valuable experience to be sure. But a couple, what you afraid of the end? Are you alright with the fact that we might have to say goodbye someday?
いつか終わりが来るとしても、それまで1秒でもユージと長く一緒にいたい。それに1秒でも長く一緒にいるために頑張る。
Try hard at what exactly?
わかんないけど、嫌われないようにとか、もっと好きでいてくれるようにとか、楽しくなるようにとか、いっぱい頑張る。あと、逃げない。現実から、この世界から逃げないようにする。
I see, sounds fairly promising. I'm getting the feeling we might be able to stay together for a good while.
ねえ、ユージ。
And she's smiling. She's on the ground, coming out from the box. What now?
私、ユージのことが好き。
Honestly, I got a message the first time. Well, it looks like the girl still got some energy left at least. Hoisting Michiru onto my back, I slowly carried her down the road, leading back to the dorm. You did good, Michiru. Welcome back to the world you belong in.
今何時？時間が知りたい。
A little after 2 in the morning, I guess the witching hours as they say. Come to think of it, try not to make a habit of rising out of the ground in the middle of the night. People might take you for a zombie.
本当だね。見つけてくれたのがユージでよかった。
Indeed, Sakaki probably would have pissed herself.
やっぱりどうしても聞かせて。私が出てこなかったらどうするつもりだったの？
Are we even given a choice here? If honestly wasn't something I thought about, I know you well enough to know you don't find the strength to live all on your own.
ユージ。
So the worst case scenario I planned was whether you never come back out, it was you coming out after even more time has passed.
最悪の事態？
For a moment, Michiru seems a bit confused, but then the answer seems to come out on its own. Suddenly, she starts squirming around my back and looking anxiously around the area. We got 2 possible emergency countermeasures. First, we could stop by at that beach. It's a bit regrettable from an environmental perspective, but I think Mother Earth will understand.
やだそれ。絶対にやだ。
What? You were able to toss your life away, weren't you? Surely you can withstand a little humiliation.
いわゆる死んでもやだってやつよ。
Alright then. Second option, you could always make use of the public facilities just past that bank.
それを先に言いなさいよ。
Michiru abruptly leaps down and takes off at a clumsy sprint. Well, it seems her body is in no time to die, at least. No hurry to die.
おかえりなさいませ。
Spotting us, Sachi starts brushing the sidewalk in front of the gate and approaches with a beaming smile on her face. As for Michiru, after returning from the restroom with a profoundly relieved expression, she hopped right back onto my bed for a walk home. What on earth are you doing up at this late hour?
何ってお掃除ですよ。
No people do the cleaning at 2 a.m. So it was seems, but isn't it a little late for that?
いつ誰が帰ってきてもいいようになるべく遅くまで働いているんです。特に今日は。
っていうかサチ、私を見て驚かないの？
はい。でも私はみちる様が亡くなったなんて信じていませんでしたし、絶対に戻ってくるって思っていましたから。それよりも他の皆さんに見つからないようにしてくださいね。みちる様どころか風見さんまで消えてしまったものだから、みんな大騒ぎなんですから。
Not entirely surprised, I suppose. How do things stand currently?
学園長さんが問題ないわよ、風見くんなんだからっておっしゃってました。私は納得しましたけど、榊さんや天音さんはずっと落ち着きがなくて、マキちゃんはシャドウ影踏みの練習で気を紛らわせていました。
Sorry for the trouble. I will have to explain everything to you all later. Guess I will be better brace myself for a slap or three.
そうですね。ささ、お疲れでしょうからお風呂へどうぞ。ちゃんとお掃除してありますからね。
Appreciate it. You really are a mate among mates. Sachi. Sticking at Michiru's, I turn to enter the premise, but before I take a step, the girl shifts her position on my bed and speaks.
サチ、ありがとう。私のこと待っててくれて。
いいえ、みちる様こそ戻ってきてくれてあり、
ただいま帰ったわよ。
おかえりなさいませ、みちる様。
あんたはもう寝ていいわよ。明日も早いんでしょ？
ええ、そうですね。では失礼させていただきます。
Are you crying? I see. Making no further comment, I carry Michiru to the bathroom. You're filthy. I'll bring a change of clothes, so you focus on getting that dirt off for now. Everything can else wait until after. What's wrong? Being alone too scary?
大丈夫。だってユージは絶対に迎えに来てくれるはずだもん。
The girl smiles a little awkwardly as she speaks. I give her a quick pat on the head, then make my way down to her room to obtain a fresh change of clothes. That's it. I don't know where anything is in here. Yeah, once she always wearing. Well, that works. What are you down about? That was fast. I brought you change of clothes. Yeah, she's naked. The body's right in the towel I left in the changing room. Michiru shuffles around shyly.
ねえ、ユージもお風呂入りなよ。
Not right now. I need to arrange for your medical checkup and...
いいから。だってユージだって同じ時間ずっと外にいたんでしょ？
That's right. Oh, do I smell? Sorry.
そうじゃないけど、一休みしてってこと。
I'm interested as I consent to bath. From a perspective of freshly washed woman, I must seem exceptionally unsanitary at the moment. Might have been a little inconsideration on my part. It's not the time for a leisure shot. I hope for a quick shower. But as I finish up, Michiru comes in as well. Nani? Hello there. Felt like taking a bath in your clothes, or maybe you forgot something.
そうじゃなくて、ユージにまた会えたことが嬉しくてだから。
Don't tell me there's a freaking confession here. I understand that, but could you wait 5 minutes for me to come out of the shower?
いろいろなお礼も含めて背中を流してあげようかなって。
You are really handful. Alright, if you're doing this, do it quickly. Michiru stops about so he gets a wash clothes. Slowly, carefully walk on a nice ladder.
失礼します。
The girls proceed to wash every nook and cranny on my bed. Nice gets the bath after 5 straight minutes of scrubbing and starts to feel like she's overdoing it a little. Alright, that's good enough.
ゴシゴシゴシゴシ。
I told you that's good enough. Cut it out already.
やだ。やっぱり離れたくない。
Finally, when her watch grow, Michiru lays against my bed and wraps her arms around me. Must have been pretty lonely down there.
うん
I'm not going anywhere, Michiru.
分かってる分かってるけどねえごっこじゃないキスして
My father turns around, takes Michiru's by wrist and draws her to me. Yes, guys, this is the moment. Hey, where's your watch? Oh yeah, he buffing.
ユージして
Instead of answering, I press my lips to her. But this sort of thing is too bad for every once in a while. And she blushing. I can't stand people who decide they are safe somewhere with a little kindness. Human beings exist within their own private bubble or solitude. Our pain and sadness can be cured by gentle words. Offering gestures of sympathy can make you feel good about yourself, but for the recipient, it's meaningless at best. People don't need a crutch or savior. They need to overcome their own suffering or find their strength, the strength to accept it. And when someone needs help, they get to that point. I'm willing to lend a hand. Of course, that doesn't mean I go around offering my support to every sad sack I run into a street. I'm not a hypocrite politician or cult leader. So what distinguishes the people I really assist from those I don't? Not sure if there's a clear criteria with others than whim sometimes. Sometimes I just feel like it.
ユージ大好き
Even when it comes to the young lady currently sleeping at my side, throughout the pondering the reason why I heard her doesn't produce a convincing answer. But that's just the way human beings are. No matter how logically you analyze our motive, no matter how thoroughly you investigate the context of our actions, every once in a while you will end up running a smack dab into the incomprehensible. I can't comment on how meaningful this particular incident may be or may not be, but I'm not unhappy with the way things turn out. In any case, the tricky part comes next. Ah shit! There's still more? Yes, Michiru and Yuji are officially coupled.
ああ恥ずかしながら松島みちる帰ってまいりましたゾンビだゾンビだゾンビどこどこゾンビパウダーどこどこ
And I put my zombie powder.
なんだチルチルじゃんおかえり
Welcome back.
ただいまいやただいまじゃなくてそしておかえりじゃなくてだってちょっと榊さん
何朝から騒がし
いやーただいま
Kawaii! I want to repeat that. Wait, that's the one? Oh, that right. Whoa!
なぜどうしてなぜに
Why Sakaki?
もうあまねいいじゃないのよさだってチルチル帰ってきたのよ
What a good Makina-chan.
どの面下げてか知らないけど帰ってきたのよどの面ってど
These
の面
ones. Cheeks. I pinch Michiru's face and stretch her cheeks out to both sides.
コロツルレズああその面ないいじゃん割にその面ならいけるいける
I cannot wait to do Makina's part.
ちょっと待ってなんで復活したあまねっては意外にめんどくせえな帰ってきたからいいじゃんって言ってるのよさねえチロチロだって本物だよね
Makina toss over and begins poking at Michiru's chest like a housewife prodding at a shriek. Wrap a piece of product.
本物よ当たり前でしょだよねだったらさいいじゃん
Makina is crying.
だったらすごくいいじゃん悪くな ごめんね。もうどこにも行かないよ。
約束してくれる？約束なのよ。
約束できるよ。
Michiru is marking out links their little fingers together. Watch as they swear their oaths. Amane heaves a heavy sigh of surrender.
分かったわよ。確かに奇跡の復活で帰ってきた。それは良かった。これ以上喜ばしいことはない。だからもういいわよ。無理やりに納得するわよ。でも私にも約束しなさい。どんな約束？それはもちろん、もう絶対に二度と死んだりしないって。もう死なない。今度死んだりしたらぶっ殺すからね。今度死んだらぶっ殺される。そうだね。それでいいね。もうどっと疲れたわよ。さっちゃんはこのこと知ってるの？
I don't care about Sak-chan. I care about Yumiko-chan. What happened to her? Yeah, she was the first one to know. We ran into her on the way back.
だったら教えてくれればいいのに。それであの子なんて言ってた？二人のこと見てさぞ驚いたんじゃないの？
Nope, the usual one.
ただお帰りなさいって。そっか、さっちゃんらしいといえばさっちゃんらしいか。
松島さん、6枚の。
Same as that ever was. Same as it ever was. You better give them all proper apologize later.
由美子には悪いことしたわね。
I saw Michiru return to her friends and her school. She was completely free of her dependence on medication and that bizarre tsundere act. She spent the rest of her school days as a normal girl, 6 pennants hanging on the wall of her room. A little too neat a conclusion, unfortunately. Honestly, Michiru just managed to finally face up to one of her multiple problems, nothing more.
ねえ、ユージ、これって高校じゃないよね。
Yeah, that's right. This is a fully legitimate date.
なんで走るの？しかも5キロも。
Because you told me to plan the day and I decided on a little short distance painting. Listen, that all I need is a chance.
もういい。いいです。わかりました。ねえ、そうだね。私がね、言ったからだよね。納得。
Alright, Joe concluded that Michiru and I arrived at a certain high spot overlooking the sea, a place that holds many memories for us.
ねえ、最近私はずっと私でいられてる？
Yes. You haven't turned to anything else since you came back. Something to celebrate, right? For some reason, it doesn't look like she's entirely convinced of that.
そうなんだけど、でもあの子はそれでいいのかな？
What do you mean?
だってあの子は私の中にまだ存在してる。決して消えたわけじゃない。彼女はここでまだちゃんと生きてる。それなのに出てこないなんて。それで本当にこれっきりでいいのかな？
I reached out and wiped the sweat from Michiru's cheek with a hand towel. We went over this before I buried you. I told the girl straight out that if you regain the courage to live, she probably won't have the chance to come out again. And she told me that it was alright with her. She understands that bodies belong to you. There's nothing to feel guilty about.
もしかしたら全部私の幻覚だったのかもしれないけど、あの箱の中であの子とお話をしたの。その時に心残りがあるって言ってた。それすごく気になるよ。ねえユージ、直接彼女にそれを聞いてみてくれないかな？
How should I ask her? Michiru, my friend, you have only just managed to regain control of yourself. Why go out of your way to...
分かってるけど、私だけ幸せになんてなれないよ。 彼女のこと最初は嫌いだったけど、本当に私のために行動してくれただけだってことが分かったから。それにこの心臓は彼女からもらったものでしょ。そのおかげでこうしてユージといられるんだし。
So we got a choice later on, I guess. A bit of sweat dangling from the tips of her nose. Michiru stares at me with a serious expression on her face. It takes an effort to keep a wide smile on my face. Sorry for that. A bead of sweat dangling from the tip of her nose. Michiru stares up at me with a serious expression on her face. It takes an effort to keep a wide smile on my face. Even without the pursuer tsundere act, this girl is still a real handful. But compared to forcing herself to act out of character, I suppose it's nice to see her honestly expressing her feelings. Alright, if you insist, I'll try calling the girl out. I do have a method in mind.
方法って？
Same one I used with your medicine. In other words, just a little manipulation of your assumptions.
New?
I set out a simple magic show in Michiru's room. The trick I have in mind, like a most magic amounts to little more than a bit of psychological misdirection. It's physically impossible to produce a coin from nothingness, and of course you can't abruptly make one disappear either. Such illusions are made possible by manipulating your assumptions. A visual distraction leaves you convinced that the magician carries nothing when the fact he's just moving something around where you can't see him. Everyone knows the basic idea, but it's surprisingly hard to overcome our mind tendency to fill in the gap and jump to conclusions. Deliberately planting the wrong idea in someone's head isn't as difficult as it might sound. As Michiru said, I don't think the girl's vanished. She's keeping herself, that's all. I can't exactly reach in and grab her, so I have to trick her out.
それでその鏡がいるわけ？
The only problem is a full-length dressing mirror I had such a flash for us. Didn't take long after all, so I guess she borrowed it from someone. That's right, this is all we need to pull this off. Alright then, Michiru, start looking at the mirror in the mirror. Keep staring into your own pupils. And don't even think about blinking, understood?
うん。
Now stay like this for a few hours, keep your eye and she will come out eventually, I'm sure of it.
何時間かってどれぐらい？そんなに大変なの？
You are the one who wanted to make this happen. Can't even put in a little effort while no skin off my nose if you want to quit. Yeah, she looked at herself.
やる。頑張るもん。しんどい。
Okay, do it quietly.
はい。
Honestly, I don't have a clue whether staring into her own eyes is actually going to wake up the other girl. That's not really the point of this little exercise though. By physically and mentally wearing Michiru out, I hope get her to a drowsy half-conscious state where it will be easier for her authentic self to appear. My words should do the rest. Stay focused, Michiru. She'll come at any minute now. Just a matter of time. I'm not really convinced of that, but I keep up a constant chorus of firm declaration of the country. In other words, I foresee the idea that she's definitely going to wake up into Michiru's mind. Hopefully my confident attitude will eventually lead her to the surface. All of a sudden, something changes in Michiru's face. It's truly subtle transformation, but the cast of her eyes seems slightly different. There you are, finally woke up, eh? We're close enough now just to talk like it's done deal should finish things up. Michiru's unlocked the doors and now I have pushed it open. The girl stepped bleakly into the light.
私はもういいから気にしないで。
Bingo, now I could pull this off. Thought that was you. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see you again.
私は嬉しくないよ。会いたくなかった。私はこのまま消えようとしてたのに。この子の人生にもう私は必要ないんだから。
Now you are talking just the way Michiru was before. Aren't you supposed to have a little more sense than her?
でも、もう私は出てきちゃいけないのに。
Michiru called you here of her own free will. There's nothing wrong with accepting that. Why hold back?
そんなこと言われても。
Alright then, I'll give you a simple question. What are your regrets?
心残り。
Holy shit. That was a sudden. My regrets. Deep inside, Michiru nestling inside her heart, I sink into thought. Why did it turn out like this? Why do I exist inside her? Wow, on the way back from school I was badly hurt in some kind of traffic accident. Until then I lived a normal, very normal life I think. I guess my grades were pretty decent although I was an honor student. I did fight with my parents sometimes, even ran away from home for a day or two every once in a while. Apparently I used to say some mysterious thing when I was a little kid, but as I grew up, that stopped happening. It was someone I liked, although I'm not sure if it was a love or just crush. I never experienced those feelings. Didn't really feel the need to watch him from distance. Just watching him from distance made me happy enough. Then out of nowhere, the accident brought it all to an end. I don't know the details myself. I was just walking home after school one day when everything went black. When I came to, I was in hospital. The sharp smell of antiseptic solution and off-white ceiling was greeting me. My mind was sluggish and fuzzy, but I was awake.
この子目を覚ました。起きたわ。
Mom, what was Mom doing here? What happened to me? My ears were quite working properly. I couldn't hear her voice that clearly. I wanted to ask all sorts of questions, but my voice didn't want to cooperate. Not just that, I couldn't move my body. What was going on? It almost felt like I'd been locked up in a cramped little box. The doctor hurried into the room and the sound of Mom's voice shone a pen light into my eyes for a while. Then shook his head in silence. When she saw that, Mom started to cry. I didn't understand why she was sobbing so bitterly. I mean, I was perfectly conscious, so I thought I'd recover and be back to my normal life soon enough. But reality was very different from what I had imagined. Day after day, Mom sat at my bedside and squeezed my hand. Weeks rolled past, but there wasn't any sign I'd be able to go home anytime sooner.
大丈夫だよ。すぐに良くなるからね。心配することないよ。
Yeah, I thought so too. I felt like, really, good enough to leave the hospital right away. But even though I was really clear-headed, I still couldn't manage to move even the tip of my tongue. I didn't understand at all. My mouth was numb and like immobile. My throat felt dry sometimes, but I couldn't do anything about it. I wanted to tell Mom how I felt. If I could speak, even morning would be enough. But my body was completely switched off, quiet as the desert school buildings in the middle of the night. My classmate didn't come to visit. No, that's not entirely true. A few days after the accident, a group of girls I'd been friendly with did show up once, but when they got look at me lying there in my bed, they grimaced. They were too obvious about it in front of Mom, but I could notice the subtle change in their attitude. They kept their distance for the whole visit, and it wasn't long before they left. As they walked away, I could see one of them mouthing the words, "Hope I never end up like that." After my classmate left, Mom gently stroked my head as if to reassure me that everything would be fine. I had no way of knowing what had happened to my body or the details of my conditions, but from what the girls had said, I could tell that it must have been pretty bad. I guess that was pretty weird since he only came to visit occasionally, even so I was always happy when he did show up. When they looked at me, he always had a really scary look on his face. His eyes were empty, completely emotionless. He looked down at me with the face of the man debating whether to tolerate an old can of herbicides from the back of his shed.
どうだ何か変わりはあるか
いいえ、昨日と同じよ。ちゃんと呼吸している。
It's just a matter of time, I guess. Matter of time.
どうせ明日も同じなのだここに来ても意味ないな
そんなこと言わないでください。この子もあなたが来てくれて喜んでるのよ。
喜んでる
That period I was studying my face, I really was glad to see him, but I didn't have any way to express that happiness.
どうだかな俺のことが見えてるのかすらわからん
I can see you just fine. I can hear your voice.
昨日と同じだまるで時が止まったみたいだ
I love that, but I was starting to think he hated me. Maybe he used to love me but hated me because of what I've become. Not that I even knew what I look like anymore, honestly. Once a week, Mom washed my body with wet clothes. I already loved soaking in the bath, so I wasn't really satisfied by comparison. But since she was doing everything for me now, I didn't exactly have the right to complain. Not that I could have it if I wanted to. What really impressed me was the soap she used. It was always lightly fruit scent. Mom knew that I'd been secretly buying fruit soap using my pocket money. She must have looked for them in my room and brought them to the hospital for me. My feelings about my parents began to change. Mom was nice, Dad was scary. One day they started quarreling over some trivial things right next to me. It started when Mom said something about wanting to take family trips again. They got irritated and started shouting at her.
こいつがいる限りそんなことは無理だろう。こんな体でどこに行けるって言うんだ。
昔みたいに遊園地に行けたらいいじゃない。この子好きだったでしょ。
さあな、泣いてたことしか覚えてない。それに車椅子で連れて行くのか。
遊園地に車椅子で来ている人はたくさんいるでしょ。
だがこいつはもう意識がないんだ。いいか、この子は他の子供とは違うんだよ。もう一緒にどこかに行くことなんてできないんだ。
No more trips, huh? I didn't know that, Dad.
そんなことまだわからないでしょ。お医者様だって。
Doctor says bull crap.
医者がどうした？もう死んでるようなものなんだ。いいか、見てろ。
Oh, holy shit! He just slapped his wife. I stood over to my bedside and violently smacked my cheeks with the palm of his hand. What?
どうだ？生きてるか？生きてるなら返事しなさい。パパだぞ。ほら、パパだぞ。
Holy shit! What the hell? You slap your own son, your daughter.
やめて、あなた。
あなた。
うるさい。こいつには聞こえてやしないんだ。何も分からずにずっとここで眠っているだけだ。ずっと俺たちを縛り付けてるだけだ。
そんな。
うるさい。とにかくもう変なこと言うのはよせ。気分が悪い。
That's why the doors opened finally and stalked out. I wanted to tell him he was wrong. I could see everything. I could hear just fine. But it didn't hurt when he slapped me. And I could cry. Even my parents fought bitterly before my eyes.
ごめんね。言いたかっただろう。もうあんなことはさせないからね。
Mom returned to my side, beginning to gently stroke my
パ
head.
パはお仕事でイライラしてるだけよ。大丈夫。また3人でどこかに行こうね。
Her tone of voice was tender, but even a child like me could understand those words were flimsy, makeshift lies. They didn't take me to the toilet, but I wasn't wearing a diaper. Apparently my body had changed past the need of such thing. Instead, a mess of plastic tubes constantly pumped things into and out of me. Sometimes a nurse would come and replace the tubing. It was agonizingly painful, like having my stomach cut open by a dull knife. Ugh! Crap, I cannot. But since I could see every shade, they never even knew. I could see them all getting thinner with every pacing day. It was surprising. Oh, when I saw that word, it makes me. Ugh. It was surprising. From dawn to dusk, she was at my side, talking to my emotions body, reading with books and Naru or baby again. The doctor stops by frequently at first, but their visits grew rarer as the weeks stretched into months. Eventually, they stopped coming entirely. The nurse would stop, maybe even once a week, mainly for politeness sake. I began to understand that my life was essentially over. I do come to the end of myself. I didn't want to trouble Mom anymore, but there wasn't anything I could do to change the situation. This sucks. I tried to say. Naturally, the words didn't leave my mouth. I'm miserable. I tried to cry, but the tears won't come either. One night after Mom had gone home without show up by his side, he stood out next to my bed with a steady look on his face. I wanted to ask him what was wrong, but by now I do stop even try to ask me. What? He reached out and put a hand on one of the machines that pumps oil or whatever into my body. It could be shut off easily now if he pressed a few buttons. It probably would take long before I die. They looked at me again. Each house face faltered. I could see an unfathomably deep anguish in his eyes.
すまない。もう限界だ。許してくれるか。
Bye. I didn't have to think twice. Dad, you can turn off that machine. I'm sorry I end up like this. I'm sorry for becoming such a burden to you. Was it my fault? I don't need to think so, but the how and why long really matters, do they? I'm just a milestone around your neck. That's just a fact. So please go ahead and kill me, Dad. There's nothing to forgive you for this. This is what I want. Just kill me. But Dad just gave the machine a few light smacks, then turned on his and left the room. Why? Did you kill me? I don't want to keep everyone suffering. Please come back. Kill me. My mom came in and I said her eyes were red. She stroked my hands for long in silence. Please, Mom, you can start the machine. Just kill me. There's no point in keeping me alive there. Instead, hurry up and end this.
お前は絶
Molly to the keys my chamber, lost her balance and fell to the floor. After nursing me fate there and they are hoping us they look at fetish must have finally overwhelmed her. I heard a loud thud of her body strike somewhere hard. Instantly I saw she falling an awkward way, but there under the bed below my I was fighting with what it had. She struck her head. I wanted to scream for help, but that was just impossible. It was beyond frustrating. It was torture. Pleasant warm sunlight streaming through the open windows. A gentle breeze tears the curtains. I could hear the voices of laughing children outside. It was a very peaceful day. That sort of slept there instantly there before you know it. And as the minutes ticker tranquilly passed, Mom laid on the floor of my hospital room. I couldn't see what happened to her, but she wasn't moving. Don't tell me her mother died. This can't be happening. Someone, please, come, hurry, please, please. Picturing myself stretched on the bed, I tried desperately to squeeze a sound. I sound out of my mouth, but it was useless. I stared there as a stone. More than hours later, Dad finally arrived.
どうしたんだお前大丈夫か
His face masked a shock. Dad scrambled to my bedside and picked Mom up in his arms. Her face was wet with bright red blood. What? Mother died?
転んだのか頭が切れてるじゃないか
Oh my god!
ちょっと待ってろすぐに見てもらうからな
Damn! More than 1 hour though! Dad came out of the room, but before he left, he turned over his shoulder and shot me an angry look, as he blamed me for what had happened. But you're not Dad, this is your fault. I mean, none of this will happen if you kill me. Only as I over the role of my caretaker, he spent the day working on his methods, never making eye contact with me. But after less than a doctor came in my hospital and began to discuss something with Dad.
ちょうど今、心臓を提供してくださる方を探しておりまして。
はい。
本当にいいんですね。
That's why he got hurt. Dad was clearly distressed, but after brooding for several minutes, he nodded silent. I sat a pen from a doctor. He slowly signed for numbers of documents. That eyes then came right up to my sides and watches my face for a long time.
すまないな。このことはママに言っていない。後でどう説明していいか見当もつかない。だが仕方ないだろう。あいつも俺ももう限界だ。このままじゃ俺たちが終わっちまう。
A heart donor. That didn't take my hand or stroke my head. If this was going to be a last moment, I wanted him to touch me even for a moment.
本当にすまない。もし聞こえてるなら何か言ってくれ。
Thank you, Dad.
食べるわけないよな。何を言ってるんだ。バカな。
Dad stayed by my side till the morning. I was really happy. But in the end, he never held my hand. The next day, an unfamiliar doctor came to my room. He gave me a number of injections, stripped me naked, and carefully inspected my body. Then stood silently and watched. Mom was dead. At the end, Dad looked down at me and said something, but I couldn't make out the words. I was holding onto the stretcher and carried into the operating room. My heart was going to be taken out of my body as to save someone else. It would be a lie to say I had no regret, but that didn't sound so terrible. A lot more appealing than lying around helplessly and making Mom and Dad miserable at least. No matter how badly I want to move, my body was still. No matter how much I want to speak, I couldn't talk to anyone. I didn't want to exist like this. I didn't want to exist like that.
それでは手術を開始します。
Oh. No, don't tell me any procedure. I cannot read the script. That day in the operating room, I think I died once. And then he was reborn inside a girl. I see, so then your heart was transplanted into Michiru's body.
そう。でもまさかあんなにはっきりと意識まで移るとは思わなかった。だから驚いた。
That's the origin of the story.
私はいつも暗闇の世界にいた。だけどミチルに嫌なことが起こるとステージにスポットライトが当たるように私に光が差すの。その光を手繰り寄せると私は彼女の体を動かせることが分かった。彼女の体を動かせると知ったとき、正直これはしてはいけないことだって思った。だってこれは彼女の体だから。もしそれが可能だとしても知らないふりをしてずっと暗闇で眠っていなければいけないんだって。だけど長い間ずっとベッドで動けなかった私にとって指を動かす、声を出す、視線をどこかに向けるという行為は快感とも言えるものだった。 体を自由に動かすことがこんなにも素晴らしいことだなんてわからなかったと思う。
Not surprised that you do feel that way, but the body you were moving was actually yours. Someone upstairs has a nasty sense of humor.
みちるは子供の頃に悲しいことがあってから心を閉ざしているみたいだった。だから私は何か手伝えないかなって思って、それで彼女が辛い時は代わりに表に出ていろいろなことをした。彼女の人生がうまくいくようにって必死で頑張った。でも正直に言えば単純に動けることが嬉しかっただけかもしれない。本当にみちるのことを思えばあんなことをしちゃいけなかったのよ。余計に彼女を傷つけて悩ませてしまっていたものね。
Not intentionally, and you did everything you could to ease that pain. Michiru's suffering hurt you too.
そうよ、言ったでしょ。私は悪者なんかじゃないのよ。純粋にみちるを助けたかっただけ。
Well, she wants to return the favor, so let's talk about these regrets of yours. By which I mean, what do you want to do?
心残り。何でも願いが叶うとしたら、ママとパパに会いたいかな。
Your parents say.
うん。何か一つだけって言うなら、ママとパパ。それで、会ってどうするわけじゃないけど、顔が見たい。
I see, that's your wish, is it?
でもそんなの無理に決まってる。私の住んでいた場所は日本じゃない。ここから遠すぎる。それにこの姿であったとしても私だってわからないでしょ。
I reach out and squeeze the girl's hand tightly. I can't return you to your original form, but I can take you to your parents. If that's what you want, I will help make it happen. After all, that's what Michiru wants as well.
だって私が住んでいたのは日本じゃないんだよ。
What about it? Is that supposed to be a problem? The only issue I see is your waffling. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but alright, you might regret it later, but it's your choice to make. So what will it be?
どうするって。
You already made up your mind, haven't you? And you know you have. I give you 2 seconds to answer. This is your only chance. Ready?
え？行く。
I didn't even start counting, but whatever.
ユウジ君、私をママとパパのところに連れて行って。顔が見たい。それだけでいいから。
Understood. Stand by here for 5 minutes.
ちょっと待って。だって5分ってどうするの？行っちゃった。
クリックリックリックリックリックリック。
でも無理だよね。だって私。
風見くんってば何を考えているのかしら。私だけならともかく春寺さんまで巻き込むなんて。
あなたは学園長？
そうよ、話は聞きました。もうあんな言い方されたら私が断れないこと知ってて、なんてやつなのかしら。まさかあの弱みをついてくるなんて絶対に許さない。
どういうことでしょう？
ごめんなさい。いいから出発の準備をしなさい。と言っても靴だけ履き替えればいいわよ。パスポートも着替えも必要ないわ。観光じゃないならツアーガイドも必要ないでしょ。
でも
遊園地にも行きたいなら今回は我慢してね。そこまで楽しめるプランは組めないわ。ちょっと他は出したけど校庭に着陸させることないでしょ。そこの子が水の先々なのに。
飛行機？
Wow. Sorry to keep you waiting. Good thing we happen to have someone flying around nearby. How do I know? Was that 5 minutes? With your wing and Chizuru, I then Michiru out of the room.
ちょっと飾りか。慣れてきたら分かってるでしょうね。
Yes, yes, I know. Yeah, I will take responsibility. Why at least we'll got 50-50 on the rest. 50-50 on the rest.
本当に覚えておきなさいよ。
ねえ、これはどういうこと？校庭に飛行機が来るなんて。
It's alright. We're going to see your parents right now.
今から？
Yes, right now. Once the decision is made, why not? Why put off taking action? You agreed to this yourself, right?
でも
Before the girls can continue to spot the objection, I cover her eyes with my hand. Just trust me, alright?
うん。
America's not so far as all that. Think that once we get there, you feel like we only left 3 seconds ago. Allow me to demonstrate. 3, 2, 1. We're here.
着いた。
There are we. How was that? Blink of an eye, right?
うん。もうちょっとだけ長かった気もするけど。あっという間だった。
What do you expect? Airplane, right? I placed a sales call to your house on the right offer. A woman answered the phone, so they're probably home. Incidentally, they don't seem to have any plans to purchase high-quality carpets at the moment.
カーペット屋さんのふりをしたの？悪い人。
I do have a bit of guilty conscience if she has for a free sample or something, but that wasn't how it happened. No harm done, right?
そうだけど。
I keep up my conversation with Yujiku, but most of it goes in one ear and out of the other. This is the town I grew up in, the street I return to every day. The very smell of the air brings back a flood of memories, and although it's a little dirtier than I remember it, this is definitely my house. We'll be going back in time for dinner. You came this far, so don't hesitate. Don't hesitate, get going.
うん。
I take my sweet time just getting to the porch. After a few hesitant moments, I reach out and put my fingers on the doorbell. I can't bring myself to press it. Minutes slice by and I stand there like a status. I consider having Yujiku ring the bell in my place, but that won't defeat the point of this visit. Even so, the tiny plastic button in front of me looks like some enormous, immediate gong. This sort of thing you hang in the gate of hell.
やっぱりダメかもしれない。
Maybe I can't do this. Maybe I'll just give up and crawl back in failure.
じゃあカウント3ね。
ちょっとカーペットならいらないって言ったでしょ。
I spin around to find myself face to face with Mom. Wasn't she supposed to be inside the house? Well, but I guess you can't see the front door really clearly from the garden. Since I was just standing out there like all the time, maybe she thought I was some kind of suspicious character. She used to drive off door-to-door salesman like this every once in a while when I was a kid, come to think of it. Can't say I expected her to keep that up in this age. Bewilderment, short hesitation, and happiness swelled up in me at all once, fusing into an unidentifiable mass of emotion.
おや、あらあら、ごめんなさい。さっきセールスの電話があったからそいつかと思っちゃって。
いえ、その。
こんな場所にお客さんなんて珍しい。さあ、中に入っておくれ。
What?
ああ、いえ、もうここで失礼します。
ん？何か用があってきたんだろう。ほら、いいからおいでよ。
はい。
あんた、よく見たら美人さんだね。お母さんに似たのかしら。
Wait, what?
さあ、早くしないとコヨーテが出るよ。あんたみたいなちっちゃい子はパクリだよ。
はい。
どうせおばちゃんの一人暮らしだからね。遠慮することはないよ。
Where's father?
一人暮らし。
Mom bustling into the kitchen and makes tea for me. It's her special black bean tea with honey and ginger when I was a kid. I really love this stuff. I remember asking for so many refills that she get mad.
いただきます。
Michiru and mother.
おや、どうかしたかい？お口に合わない？
いえ、美味しいです、とっても。
そう、それはよかったわ。何杯でも飲んでいってね。
Mom smiles at me like a child. The tea definitely isn't bad, but the flavor is a little too sweet for me now. Are the ingredients different? Does this tongue work differently than mine, or did I just grow up? Glancing around the room, I notice how spare and empty it is. A small twinge of something like loneliness strikes me. It's the sort of melancholy you might feel when walking a stranded old dog on a rainy day.
いや、旦那さんはいらっしゃらないんですか？
ああ、お父ちゃんかい。そうだね。行くときは急なもんさ。去年死んじまってね。それから私一人で暮らしてるよ。家族で過ごしてた時は狭い狭いって文句を言ってたけど、一人になるとこんなに広いんだね。持て余しちゃうよ。
Mom chuckles at her own joke, but I know how much she loves that she has to be forcing herself.
ご家族は旦那さんだけだったんですか？
ああ、娘がいたよ。とっても可愛くて優しい子でね。生きてたらあんたと同じくらいなはずさ。その子がいなくなってから、お父ちゃんは人が変わったみたいに仕事に没頭してね。過労でぽっくりさ。何かで気持ちを紛らわせていないと耐えられなかったんだろうね。もちろん私だって同じ気持ちだった。そりゃ白髪も増えるわけだよ。
そうなんですか。寂しいですね。
Mom answered that was I, her voice like a sigh.
そりゃ寂しいさ。だけどね、お父ちゃんも娘も心の中でしっかり生きてるからね。だから私は一人じゃないんだよ。ここで一緒なのさ。ここでね。
Thumping her own chest, Mom smiles brightly at me. Not knowing what to say, I just sip my tea.
こんなことをお伺いするのも失礼かと思いますが。
I forced the question out of my mouth. It feels like leaping headfirst into the Niagara Falls.
娘さんと旦那さんは仲良かったんですか？
仲？そりゃいいに決まってるよ。親子だものね。この子ったら変なこと言うね。そうだ、せっかくだからいいもの見せてあげるよ。
Mom leaves the room, but returns only a moment later. There's a string of worn-up old paper cranes in hands.
これね、娘が入院した時にお父ちゃんが徹夜で作ったのよ。それなのにあの人ったら渡す時になったら恥ずかしいって言ってね。シャイだったんだね、あんな顔して。まったく。まだ物置にたくさんあるよ。千羽鶴だなんて日本的だしロマンティックだね。でももう何年も前の話だよ。
I touched the cranes with the tips of my fingers. The paper danced and a little moldy. Even so, my heart fills up with warmth. Just imagining my stern face that hunched over a table making origami makes me want to laugh. Not his style at all.
私もお父ちゃんも娘のことを心から愛していたよ。救ってやれなくて本当に申し訳ないと思ってる。夢みたいなことをね、バカみたいなことって分かってるけど、もしももう一度あの子に会えるなら謝りたいよ。親なのに子供を最後まで守ってやれなくてごめんってね。幸せにしてやれなくてごめんって。ちゃんと愛してやれなくてごめんって。ダメな親でごめんねって。ごめん。
Watching Mom struggle on the brink of tears, I overcome by the need to do something, anything. I reach out to her and take her hand in mine. She's surprised for a moment, but soon gently squeezed back. Her hands wrinkled and dry, but still just as warm and comfortable as I remember.
私がこんなこと言うのも変だけど、きっと娘さんは幸せだったと思います。だってこんなに愛されているじゃないですか。謝るなんてそんなの変です。謝らなくちゃいけないの。
All of a sudden, there's a thick thump at the bottom of my throat that the words can't find their way past. Mom leans over and begins thumping me softly on the back.
私、なんて言えばいいのか。でも、謝ることなんてないと。
Mom stroking my hair just like she used to, but the tears won't stop.
あんたは優しい子だね。ありがとう。そう思うと少し楽になるよ。
And with that, the flow of words stopped entirely. I throw myself to Mom's arms, bawling like a baby. She seems a little taken aback, but gently embraces me. In the end, I can't do a thing.
ごめんなさい。私、失礼させていただきます。
My voice twisted beyond recognition. I somehow managed to croak out the words.
何か用事があったんじゃないのかい？ごめんね。私があんな話しちまったばかりに。
Tell the truth, it takes everything I had just to shake my head. It's not your fault, Mom. None of this. I'm the only one who needs to apologize. There are so many things I want to say, but I can't get any of it across. I don't want to live like this, but the words won't come out. Even though I might never see her again, even though this might be the very last time I hear her voice, all I can do is cry.
それじゃあね、気をつけて帰るんだよ。
Mom, I... Talk! The words just won't come out. It's no good.
実は私、娘さんのお友達だったんです。それでここに来たんです。泣いてしまってごめんなさい。でも会えてよかったです。
My mom's moving all by itself, speaking for me. It's not unpleasant. I know Michiru must be doing this for me.
おや、そうかい。あの子のお友達かい。だったら早くそう言ってくれればよかったのに。
Mom smiles. Something's like relief in her eyes, and my mouth keeps on moving.
私、まだおばさまとお話ししたいことたくさんあります。涼しいお願いかもしれませんが、お手紙送ってもいいですか？
おやおや、もちろんだともさ。時間ならたっぷり余ってるからね。うちにはパソコンがないけど、それでもいいかい？今時の子はペンで手紙を書くなんてことをしないんだろう？
ちゃんと書きます。だから待っててください。必ず送りますか
ら。ありがとうね。住所はガーディナ。
大丈夫、分かってますから。
そうかい。
それでは失礼します。また。
ああ、またね。気をつけて帰るんだよ。
Mom patted my head one last time. I thought I'd never see her again, but Yuji brought me to her. I thought our relationship would end with this one visit, but Michiru helped me. I wanted to thank them, but the only thing that came out of my mouth were weird, strange little sounds. On the road outside the house, after making sure Mom was watching, I cried my heart out.
大丈夫。これでいいんだよ。
Michiru reassured me. Yuji stroked my head many times, just like Mom had. The familiar smells of my hometown and the scene of kind-hearted friends seems mingled together in a pleasant, comforting breeze that seems to be blowing from the future. A high place. Is this the end? And so, a curtain falls on the story of two peculiar girls. The girls who shut herself up inside a box and wait for rescue is gone. Michiru comes to understand that she is the only who can save herself. Of course, people can't live alone. We need the help of others, but what really matters is finding our own road and the strength of will to walk in. Human beings don't have wings on their backs. We have no choice but to make our way forward on the two legs we were given. Life is just a long series of such small steps. there are plenty of things still undone, plenty of problems still unresolved, but that's inevitable. Anyway, we're wrapping things up technically to be a little boring. For now, Michiru and I will be dealing with the problems that come our way together. The world is so complicated. Walk forward and you will find the future. Turns back and you find your memories cut off a piece and you got a story. This is just one small part of one such tale.
ねえ、気持ちいいね、風。
True enough, I can understand why you love this place so much.
過去みたいに言わないで。今でも好きよ。
I see. However, I will remind not to mention that a particular thorny difficulty has arisen in the aftermath of this incident. You might to blame this is Michiru or perhaps the other girl. I wouldn't mind taking the time for a truly analysis of the matter, but in any case, I'm currently at my wit's end.
そうかな。ここ、そこまでいいものかな。ねえ、ユウジ君。それよりさ、もっと違う場所行かない？ハンバーガー屋さんとか。
Oh, this is other Michiru.
ちょっと待ってよ、出てこないでよね。今私はユウジとデートしてるの。わかる？人の邪魔はしないって約束でしょ。だからおとなしくしてなさいってば。だって君のセンス悪いんだもん。かといってさ、ユウジ君に任せると走ってばっかりだし、本当にバランス悪いよね、二人とも。そんな指摘しなくていいのに。ねえ、ユウジ、この場所退屈？
Well, I suppose boring would be one way to describe it, yes.
だったら先に行ってよね。他の場所にしたのに。
Well, the location doesn't matter. Anyway, funds were unreadable.
何浮かれてんのよ。ユウジ君は口がうまいからお世辞に決まってるでしょ。嘘！そうなの、ユウジ。
Huh?
じゃないわよ。何よその疑問系。意味わかんない。やだの。
As you can see, both personalities are now capable of emerging at the same time. And that's the side effect of my improvised hypnotism, perhaps. Then again, apparently Michiru took over the conversation for the girl on our visit to California, so maybe that's what he did. However the case may be, there's no change in the fact that this is a major pain in the ass.
だってさ、あんたなんて私が大事にしてた宝物の中身あっさりしてるしさ。これはちょっとひどかったじゃない。君は捨ててって言ったからでしょ。それに本当は捨ててないよ。部屋の天井裏を見てごらん。ちゃんとあるから。そうなの？そうだな。私は昔から大事なものを屋根裏に隠しておく癖があるんです。君みたいに考えなしに捨てたりしないの。そんなしっかりしてるアピールしてるけど、お母さんを前にして何も言えなかった。そりゃそうです。あの時緊張してたし。でも手伝ってくれてありがとうね。そんな急に素直にお礼を言われるとは。まあ
Michiru looks up at the sky for a expression, slightly bashful.
でもさ、なんていうの？今度また会いに行こうよ。私もあのお母さんのこと好きだし、優しそうな顔してるし。何しろあんたがいなかったら私は今生きてないかもしれない。そのお礼も兼ねてね。それまでに私消えちゃったりしてね。ダメ！それはダメ。これからはずっと一緒にいよう。何の偶然かはわからないけど、この体に二人の心が残ってる。
Two minds in one body. Sounds interesting.
この体は私だけのものでもあんただけのものでもない。これは二人のもの。これからは私が助けられるばっかりじゃなくて、あんたのことを助けてあげるからね。待ってなさい。
Michiru just out a finger to emphasize the point, but with no way in particular to end it, she ends up pointing at herself.
だってほら、あんたは私の 親友でしょ。そうね。まあ君を一人にさせておくと勝手に暴走するし、バカだし私がいなきゃダメでしょうね。何その言い方、ひどい。君がしっかりするまでちゃんと私に助けてあげるから大丈夫。君の真似なら得意だからね。何よ、あんたに私のこのスーパーナチュラルツンデレができるっていうの？できるわよ。簡単。今やってみせましょうか。じゃあユウジ君。
Conversation seems to take a highly problematic turn. I do not think that I had heard, but that's not a realistic option right now. Instead, I got out and let the have grown of the response. Yes?
今からツンデレするからどっちがやったか当ててね。
Yeah, understood. Shouldn't be a problem.
わかる？ちゃんと見分けることできる？
Of course, enough with the dramatic grow up. Just do it already.
わかった。いくね。せーの。あんたのことなんて大好きなんだからね。
Okay, I don't have a damn clue. Michiru stares intently at my face, her eyes filled with confidence and expectation. God knows what's going to happen to me if I get this wrong. Do I have a choice here? Left? No, alternative. Left with no alternative, I pulls out the trump card. I love you too. After a moment of bewilderment, a big grin spreads across her face.
嬉しいです。
Not telling how long this trick will keep working. Have to figure out something before she catches on.
やれやれ。だからユウジ君の口のうまさにごまかされてるって。ちょっとユウジ、それ本当だったら許さないんだからね。
Huh. There's still more? I thought it's finished already.
こんにちは。お元気ですか？先日は突然お伺いして申し訳ありませんでした。急な訪問なのに快く私を迎え入れてくれたことを深く感謝しています。娘さんはおばさまのことをとても愛していたと思います。もちろん旦那さんのこともです。でも年頃になると恥ずかしくてそういったことが面と向かって言えなくなる時期があるのです。私にはいつもご両親への感謝の気持ちを話してくれていましたよ。娘さんはこんなことを言っていました。パパとママに手を引かれていった遊園地が忘れられないと。そこはとてもカラフルな世界でみんなが心の底から笑っていた。甘いポップコーンの香りと空に飛んでいく風船の鮮やかな赤。近づいてきたキャラクターが大きくて怖くて泣いてしまったりとか、疲れてパパの背中で眠ってしまったこととか、お土産のチョコのクランチを帰りの車の中で全部食べてしまって叱られたこととか、その全部が宝物だと愛しそうに話してくれました。子供と大人の間の時期は感謝を素直に伝えることに抵抗があります。だけどそこから遠く離れてしまうと自分のいた場所がどれだけ大切でどれだけ幸せだったかということが痛いほどわかるのです。ここからは私のお話です。私は今優しいお友達や素敵な恋人と一緒にいてみんなに囲まれて幸せに暮らしています。おばさまとは遠く離れているけど私にとって私の世界を構成する大事なお友達のうちの一人なんです。お友達だなんて言って気を悪くしたらごめんなさい。でも本当そうなんです。今娘さんとおばさまは遠く離れた場所にいるけれど、きっとおばさまのことを忘れたことは 一日もないと思います。そして娘さんは今幸せに暮らしていると思います。長くなってしまったので、この辺りで今回はおしまいにしておきます。またお手紙を書いていいですか？まだまだ話したいことがたくさんあります。おばさまももし退屈な時間があったら私にお手紙を書いてください。おばさまがどんな風に暮らしているのかすごく興味があります。それではまた。日本より愛を込めて。確かによく書けてるけどルール違反じゃない？今日は私とユージのデートの日でしょ？あんたお休みなのに。分かってるってば。でもどうしても今日中に書き上げておきたかったから。まあそれは許すわよ。ロスタイム扱いしてもいいわよ。でもちょっと聞きたいんですけど、この素敵な恋人って誰のこと？まさかユージじゃないよね？君の恋人は私の恋人じゃないの？なわけないでしょ！ユージは私の恋人なのに。そうですか。何その含みのある感じ。別に。
Hey, get a move on in here. Don't be late unless you feel like running again.
ほら今の聞いた？もし走ることになったらあんたがやりなさいよね。わかった。あとは封をするだけだから。私はもう寝るから封して送っておいてね。絶対忘れないでね。分かってるわよ。分かってるってば。はい、おやすみおやすみ。おやすみなさい。
I can feel her closing her eyes and sinking to sleep. Since we accepted each other, we picked up a bunch of new tricks like this. These days, I can feel her moving inside me. 3 minutes until scheduled time assembly. I'm going to make you both run, by the way. Timeless is a group responsibility.
ちょっと待ってってば。
I take the envelope and begin to fold her letter. Then pause, grab her pen, and scratch a few lines at the very bottom of the page.
追伸とは。
For some reason, I remember the way she hid my treasures. When I slide the corner tilt free from the dorm's room ceilings, my diaries and photos came tumbling along with my treasure rocks. Maybe. My picture is at the end. I'm leaving you behind. Next time, get a movie 5 minutes before you think you need to.
待ってってば。手紙出しに一緒に行こ
おばさまがどんな風に暮らしているのかすごく興味があります。それではまた日本より愛を込めて。あらあら、あの子ったら本当に親切ね。こんなおばさんの相手してくれるなんて。追伸？急に字が汚くなってるけど、どうしたのかしら。娘さんの部屋が昔と同じままだとしたら、天井裏を探してみてください。何かあるかもしれません。天井裏？どれどれ見てみましょうかね。おやおや、これはまた。
グリザイアの果実。
And we end Michiru's roof, finally. Damn long, but it's not as long as Takaki Yumiko one. Yeah, Takaki Yumiko is quite long, to be honest. I don't know how much long is that, but yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. My video is just for fun. Don't take part, brothers and sisters. Okay, magic one time. Adiós, famosa.